Squirtle is the best starter Pokemon across any generation, and you can't tell me any differently, Unk opinion. Right. I have never in my life shoved food down my throat so fast to get ready for this. Jesus. Right. Hello, everybody. I haven't even got the right controller plugged in. Let's take the PS5 one out, put the PS4 one in. The track releases in just under 2 minutes. So we'll just hang around for a second until that's all good to go. Right. PlayStation controller in. Downloads. Kbell round 1. Open with WinRAR. Raw. Rotted. Get this over here. 51 seconds. 51 seconds. Got a little bit of time. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a very burnt tongue right now. Because I just had, basically, I had a baked potato with cheese, beans, and then a bit of garlic bread as well. Yeah, it was ready about 4 minutes ago. So, yeah, very, very warm. The tongue, not great. I'll probably mention it a couple times throughout the night as we get more and more people in, but the reason there's no aerial rerun today is because a vote was done amongst like the top 20 in SMX points, and the vote was conclusive that for EU, they're just going to take the first Moto's results and duplicate them. So I got shafted there, unfortunately. But pros and cons, it was either I get shafted with an 8th place overall, or I got no points at all, because I'd be doing this series rather than the rerun anyway. So it's not the end of the world. Mods. Tracks. Did I have a separate Kbell folder? Yes, I did. Drag, drop, password, close, close. Play MX Bikes. Close shop, don't need that. Minimize stream. We've almost got 100 people in here already, by the way. And we've only just begun. Actually, insane work. Hope everybody's weekend's been going nicely. Hope you enjoyed watching the racing yesterday. I kid you not. Now, but it's not consecutively this happened. I had a 10-hour and then a 5-hour. I slept for 15 hours last night. Well, last night / today as well. I got 3 hours of sleep Friday night after the racing, or after the failed attempt at aerial. And then I was meant to wake up at about 5:30 AM to go and watch the arena cross. But I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 3 o'clock and I couldn't get back to sleep again. So I've been up since 3, and then I didn't get home until 1 AM. So I almost had a full 24-hour day yesterday. So then I slept for 10 hours when I got home, and then I woke up for a bit and then slept for another 5. So plenty of sleep was received, and we'll see how this goes. So if the format of today is actually a bit different than what we're used to seeing, I think. Maybe, perhaps, possibly. Just going to maybe wait for an all clear from Aiden, or actually check the Discord channels. But I think the way that they're going about it today is, instead of us having the track and playing for a bit, would it just be under Kbell? Yeah, it is. Yeah, instead of us having the track and playing for a bit, as soon as the track releases, which is right now, they are putting the qualifying servers up. So 30 minutes worth of qualifying has already started. There's actually only 28 minutes left. I just need to load up my MX Speed to see what qualifying group I'm in. So just bear with me 1 second whilst I find all that information out. I'm in Group 3. 1, 2, 3. Join. Nice, cool. Yeah, so it's it's different today. Very, very different. So on a usual aerial night, per se, the track would release, you'd have 30 minutes to practice the track. You'd then have a 10-minute practice in the server and then 20 minutes of qualifying. But now it is purely a case of you need to learn the track pretty damn quick to be in with a good chance of qualifying to the higher groups. I'll be completely honest with you, Alfie. The only races that I actually watched when I wasn't in the pits was all the pro races, and then I think 2 of the pro-am races. I didn't watch any of the 85s or anything yesterday. I'm kind of walking back and forth up the stadium, trying to get back in time to get back to the AJP rig. It was all good fun. I met I don't know if they're in the chat at all, but I met 2 of you guys. Stood and had a chat for a while, which was nice. And right, I need that. Settings done. Right. Fuck it, we will. I might as well do this actually and just start from here, because every single lap matters right now. Usually I'd sit here and be able to yap to chat for a while beforehand. I watched one lap from Aiden, like his preview video, and I've not watched anything else since that, so it might take me a fair few laps to try and learn how the track goes. Or he did go, and I know he went oh god, hang on, the server gone down. Okay, no, that's good news. That's good news. We get a little bit extra time. Server's gone down. I'm sure it will go up again. You going to give today a go? Love to hear that, Aiden. It's a fun series. At least what I've done, it's a fun series. Say, baby girl. Boom, boom. You scratch me like an electric eel. Delete. Yes. Hang on, whilst these servers are changing, let me change something real quick. What would I do this on? Yes. Data sync? No, not that. 1 second. Oh, where would I even go to for this? I got a new phone. What new phone? Jesus Christ! I got a new watch today. That's for like my running training, and it's synced up with my emails right now. So even any kind of like junk and spam emails that I get are vibrating on my wrist, and I really, really don't want that. Oh, here we go. Right, notifications. Turn that off. If you turn off notifications, do not. Yeah, cool. All right, turn that off. I want that on. Is that, oh, hang on. There's got to be. Surely there's more than this. Might have to figure this out at a later date. Might get a bit annoying otherwise. Yeah, it's we'll take that off until the end. It'd be fine, but it's going to vibrate every single time I'm trying to do well, and it will just distract me. We'll take that off for now. Put that over there. Right. Yeah, just waiting for the servers to go up again. He might just set the server up incorrectly. Or even if just one of them, there's a chance he just took them all down and just went and put them all up again, making sure that everything is as it should be. Well, I had a Team Towboy. I was the handsome and charming young man hiding in the background. Well, I do try to help a little bit. I can't help with anything in terms of like bike prep and anything like that, because I've just been a desk rider my entire life. But it's nice kind of standing there and watching, seeing what goes into it, and then just with packing up at the end of the day, I try to help carry a couple of things to the van. Other than that, I just stand there and look pretty. You've lost 6 minutes of track time. The servers have gone down and gone up again, so I imagine they'll restart with a full 30 minutes. Oh, I don't actually want more people in the servers though, Aiden, if that's what you was doing. There was a lot of complaints on Anaheim 2 for aerial, because we had like 30 people in each qualifying server, and you just can't see where you're going. Like, it's just people in front of you all the time, like going invis and then reappearing again. So, yeah, if you have enough servers to spread them out a bit more, do that. There was a lot of people complaining. So I very, very quickly skimmed through the racing last night in my delirious state when I got home, when I was half lucid. So I'll be honest, I kind of watched it all, but I don't think actually anything went in or stuck in. Plus I was kind of skimming through every minute or so just to get it watched as quickly as possible. The only really thing that I can remember happening was seeing Tomac going over the bars. And I think, did Tomac still get 4th overall after that? Or was he 4th in that race? As I saw someone say, how did Tomac still get 4th? Which, if it was still 4th overall, it was pretty impressive, because I saw he was down quite bad. Let's try and learn this, shall we? Oh, okay, you can go too fast in the whoops by the looks of it. And then you don't really get enough pop for the triple out, because you jump into it. Oh, that's weird. So this is, if you remember, the first round of DDC ever was in Miami as well. And that Supercross triple into that right-hander reminded me so much of where that was on the exact same Miami track 2 years ago. I had like a really bad deja vu there. Okay, so I'm going to want to triple there, I think, at the start of that. Jump into this corner. Did find, if anybody's watched Aiden's preview lap of this, it did make me laugh, because he's playing in testing with his own, like with himself, to show variable lines and show they're equal on speed. He jumped into that last right-hander there before the tunnel jump. He's just rev-bombing himself. That's just like, I respect the trying to get the realism aspect. Right, we want to triple in and quad that. Triple out. That quad's going to be a little bit difficult to get, I reckon. Try and hit the whoops a little bit slower. It's going to get more pop over that. You saw there, the guy on the Yami there, Oscar, he had a better drive at the end of the whoops, but then he went too fast into the face. Can we quad out? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the line we want to go for. We want to go step on from the inside and then quad out at the end. Oh, awful drive through these whoops. Went way too tight on the inside. And then I want to triple in here. Actually went too far. Then probably triple single into the turn. Oh, she is slippery. You can hear the back end lighting up as I get on the power coming out of there. And then probably just on off. Yep. You probably try and hug the tight inside before the finish there if you really want to try and maximize your tenths of a second. Feel like you can probably quad into there. Hang on, so let me just do one quick attempt. Yeah, I feel like you can probably apex and quad into that rhythm and then go over the 2 tables after that. Oh my god, easily. And then you can go over this and then double. Okay, cool. Good to know. And then double into that corner. Let's go back, we'll reset it again. I say, ooh, girl. I mean, my picks were way off, weren't they? I think I went Roxon, Tomac, Hunter Lawrence for my top 3, and that just did not work out that way at all. I was hoping Roxon would get it done, but Webb just too consistent on the night. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I've gone too tight here, though. Don't know if I'll get this triple. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm gonna... Actually, why is my lap time chalked? What's going on here? Why is my max HUD showing it wrong? Is it one of these situations where, because you go across the track there, it's not going to count properly? Hang on. Oh, no, never mind. It's because you go under a tunnel jump straight away. That's why. I forget that it messes things up. And it won't come back right until after you go back over it again at the end of the lap. That's really difficult then, knowing if you're on a good lap time or not. That's really, really hard. You just have to go based on vibes, based on feel over the entirety of the lap. Okay, got a good bounce there. Like this, just double, triple that. Try and land on the left so we can open this up to step on. Oh, you fucker. Backflip. Clean. Keep going though. I mean, we have, like, it's a long qualifier and it's 30 minutes in total, so you should have enough time to get one decent lap. I see a wild Dad Shoes in here. Dad Shoes going to be competing in this, which is nice to see. Supporting his boy Aiden. Also need to try not to jump over that corner too much. I reckon he's put a timing gate there, like really close. You don't want to get that far around a lap, then have your lap time not count. Oh my god, I thought I stepped over that by mistake. Right, we go again. Can definitely go at least a second and a half quicker based on the splits at the moment. Then quad, double land further to the right hand side, and then cut down, triple in. I went a little bit long. It's fine. Actually can change up to third before exiting the corner. So then I can carry full through the whoops. Triple into here, come up a bit short. Right, land even further left, hopefully, and then smooth on the throttle. Nice. On, off. Quad. Nice. Oh, getting a little bit wonky over that wall jump. Not the best run into this whoop section. Try and swing it out wide again, so I can triple again. Quad. Don't try and jump too far over that. Oh, I haven't done that right at the end of the lap. Then just go on, off. I don't actually know if going tight inside there is worth it too much. No, I suppose it depends how nicely you hit it. I'll certainly try my best, D-Money. I'll try. These formats this night is always going to be a bit of a struggle for me when it comes to the main events, because I'm commentating the races that I'm not in. So I won't be able to kind of sit and test in, getting some practice in. So whilst everybody else is sitting there practicing when their races aren't happening, I'm going to be in there commentating instead. So it might be a little bit tricky. Oh god, that's slick. But we'll try. Lose a bit of time early. I'll see if I can push the rest of the lap, try and clean it up a bit. That was a better whoop and triple there. Nice. I'm torn between if I want to stay stood up in that 90 or if I want to sit down. I also need to try and apex that right 90 a little bit better. Oh, god, that's tricky. Is that the berms are a lot more shallow than we're used to. It's just completely different scaling to the aerial tracks. I need to not try and push that quite as hard. Will we see a wild dad shoes out of retirement into top qualifying? I do say that these style of tracks do suit the old boys a little bit more. We'll chalk that one as well. Why do the rhythms look excessively big? Well, they are one-to-one scaled. So if you're hitting like big lines everywhere, that's purely down to the fact that the game and the bikes are unrealistically fast and stupid. Oh, go that nice. Oh, I'm going to land off the side. Oh, barely stayed on. No! God, this is tricky. I feel like on these tracks there's a limit to how fast you can go. If you try pushing that a little bit more, you will get a tuck, or you'll see like the limits of the track. No rhyme or reason with sitting down when landing, purely habit. I'm sure it doesn't actually do anything compared to standing up while landing. Purely habit. Yeah, you haven't got to actually like completely overanalyze every button input that I make. always get so scared entering a whoop section when I'm not fully straight onto them. You Ah! Slid out in the corner. Felt it happening. I don't know what that made me jump for some reason. Over that. Nice. Oh, gone a bit long. Should be good. Yep. Yeah, a bit of a straighter shot into the rhythm that time. Oh, now I've overjumped the triple in. No! I went from coming up a bit short to overdoing it. That's like extra, like, 0.2 that I need. Better landing in the tunnel, though. So I should save some time there. Nice, went a little bit quicker again. Oh, hit my head. Double the bridge jump. No. No. I will not do that. Alright, what are we looking like? No fucking clue who this is, but he's put down an absolute steamer. Reese doing well, Dachu's doing well, we've got Callum in this lobby. I think there's like four different qualifying servers. It might be possible, but like, again, you have to spend so long in the air. And no, it's not really possible at all. I mean, it's doable if you hit the corner well enough, but why would you want to be up in the air that long? And then I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be able to get the drive thing quad into the corner afterwards. So you're just losing so much time. Like, going, the biggest isn't always the best on these tracks. Wheels on the ground moving forwards is where you want to be going. The only thing that I'm concerning myself with a little bit at the moment is where I'm going for these quali laps right now. I am just taking one line. So come race time, I'm not too sure how I'm going to do when the road comes in. Oh, Jesus Christ. Have I not crashed there? Oh, I'm way down. That second split was 0.6 slower. Cleaner jump here, though. Might save me a little... lap time might not count now. I didn't mean to hook that far to the left. Went too far on the table as well. We'll reload it, we'll go again. I reckon I'll probably get another half a second. Not this lap, though. Shall I take a little bit of fuel out as well? There's a lot of this I can clean up as well. I'm not getting the most perfect downsides in the transitions. Uh-oh. Shit. Ah, God damn it. No, I'm still adamant to hold on to the fastest Unk title, but one of the fastest in the game at this point I don't think stands anymore. Especially based on some of my performances so far this year. But we'll take the low-hanging fruit of fastest Unk, since there's really not that many of us that compete. A really weird freeze frame there on a take off that jump, which just completely fucked me. I don't know why that happened. Just as I went to go and scrub that, it froze for a second, so I'm guessing I actually leaned much more than I wanted to by the time it unfroze. Oh, too far left. That should be an improvement. Oh, it was. It was almost a second quicker. Nice. See, I feel like that was just a... Obviously, there was a couple of mistakes there, you know, like being too wide into the entrance of a corner and things like that, but it was a clean lap. And I feel like that's what these tracks reward you with. I don't think it's definitely not going to be the top of qualifying once everything's compiled. Well, I haven't seen the full list of sign-ups for this. It's an odd series, this one, because there's no region locks. You'll have a lot of EU and a lot of NA players at the same time, but it's also on a Sunday. So like, NA might be out riding in real life today. It starts at 7 PM for EU, so most of them should be home by then. But yeah, it's an odd one. You don't really know what kind of riders you're going to get in this. I would imagine we'll probably see some like 102 action from the fastest ones. Enters at way too much of an angle. Just slid out. Is the server going to stay up? I don't know. It depends if anybody wants to be horrible. Depends. See, in terms of all the shit that's been going on with Aerial, I don't know if it's like... I don't know if it's attack on Aerial, or if it's attack on Nico, or if it's attack on the races that people were streaming. You know, I'm not sure what the exact motive is. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, but we'll ride the wave and until something happens, if something happens. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Part of me is thinking of it. Obviously, people don't do things like that unless it's for a reaction. I'm in a weird position because it's like, I don't really care to race or not at the same time, especially on the aerial races. So if anything, it does me a favour and I get to hop off and do other things the rest of the night earlier than I usually would. Especially on a night like Friday night, for example, where I was having a bad time anyway. Like, I wasn't playing well, getting unlucky with other people at the same time. I was like, oh, cool. I haven't got to worry about the other races now. I can just disappear, play some COD, and then go to bed. So there's definitely pros and cons to it. No, I don't think that was any quicker. I think I'm better still going on-off into the berm. Yeah, there's nothing any of the event organisers can do about it. It's purely a Perboso issue, like a vulnerability within the game that needs to be fixed by him. So whilst people give the organisers shit and saying, oh, they should do this, that and the other, there's no reason why people just trying to put on a series for fun on this game should have to pay or try and fix a game that is nothing to do with them. They're just trying to enjoy it. It is Perboso's fault. Perboso's been made aware of the issues multiple times, and you just have to cross your fingers and your toes and your bollocks that he'll actually do something, and it not take 2 years. Yeah, AJP had a good night last night, I thought. Clayton needs to sort out his starts a little bit. The starts were a bit rocky, so it didn't put him in great positions. And then Chatty had, like, race 1 was, I think he got taken out by Adamson. Race 2, he took Adamson out to get his revenge on him, and he got 5th in there. And then race 3, he ran Woodcock high in the last corner for a podium. So pretty good night all in all. Well, Woodcock weren't happy. He came over at the end of the night and was like, you almost cost me the whole night, etc. I'm pretty sure I watched Woodcock absolutely send someone off a berm earlier in the same night, so I'm sure they would all do the same move for a podium on the last lap of a race. Serena crossing it. There's going to be some bar banging. No, the usual format for any series in this game is the pre-season rounds free, and then every other round is paid for. Well, that's a very, very normal thing. I don't think there was a 125 class. You had pros, pro-am, maybe there was an am, and then you had 85s, some sort of like 65s. There was an e-bike class for the young ones as well. I don't know, I only watched the pro races, and then I think I watched 2 of the pro-am races, and then I was back at the rig. No, thank fuck. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the FMX shows anyway. Like, they get quite tedious after a while. But I know they're on for, like, the general public that have, like, bought their first Arena Cross ticket to put on a show. But I find them so boring. But yeah, thank God we haven't still got Torrent Terrace beatboxing. Because, it just feels like it goes on forever and ever when he does. Especially once you've already seen it once. It's like, right, it's the 5th time I'm watching this guy do this. Please stop. I need to know what kind of bag Wilson is earning from doing Arena Cross, because it's basically free money for him at that point. There is nobody that can touch him. In the last pro main events of the night, they do reverse start. I thought the server just went down because that guy just disappeared. They do a reverse grid, and if you've never watched UK Arena Cross before, because the stadiums are so small, they have to do double lineups. But there's not like there's 2 rows of start gates. There is the row of start gates, and then the other rides have to start like behind, but in between each other. So the last race tonight, Dino had to start on the 2nd gate on a start straight that's like 30 feet long total. It's really, really short. And he still managed to come through and win it pretty easily. So he's just on a different level. No, not Enduro Cross, Arena Cross. No aerial tonight. Well, sorry, NA is going to be redoing aerial tonight. EU, they've decided to take the Moto 1 result and duplicate it 3 times for the Triple Crown, so your boy only got 8th overall, unfortunately. I kind of got fingered by that decision. No point jumping the bridge into the rhythm. You're in the air for too long, you lose time. I will say my frames are a little bit wonky around this track. I'm not sure if it's because there's 30 people in here rather than the usual, what would be 22. But I am noticing it in some of these corners. But there, I haven't paid attention yet. I don't know if this Miami Stadium is the same one that Aiden used for the DDC series. I also had issues with my frames in some of them DDC rounds, and I think the stadiums are to blame because of it. Just trying to see what I can get away with since qualifying's almost done. See if there's any like outrageously big lines you can do. I haven't asked BP to make me a Fantic skin, I'll be honest. But he's been a busy man as well. Especially recently getting the real life boys ready for the arena cross and stuff. I don't know if he'd even have any time to do it this week either, because they're off to Belfast for round 2 next weekend, I believe. A very, very simple answer, Hawk Tour, is you are not hitting the same lines and corner speed if people are faster than you. I know it might sound horrible and blunt, but that's just not. There is no physical way, if you are going the same speed as people around the whole track, that your lap times will not be identical to each other. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, Cam. I don't get to see behind the curtain enough there. I don't know what Ariel's plans are for anything. Oh, it's on Valentine's weekend, okay. I say, ooh, girl. What's everybody saying in here? We've got some do it for Dales. Got a stand up, shake bum. Congratulations, Diesel. Very, very happy for you. I hope you get as much sleep as can be possible with a newborn child. Hope everyone is all healthy, including mum as well. Mum and baby combined. Listen, if it's a little girl... I heard the name Linda's actually quite a cool name. Thoughts? Do. Oh. -1? That's outrageous behaviour. What do you mean? Well, that was good. Try some different lines. Can I quad do? Oh, no, that's a little bit too far. Yeah, not sure what the alternative would be there. Just try some different lines anywhere and see what happens if like you double into here, for example. Maybe there's like a rider down. Double over triple. That is not a bad alternative at all. Don't mind that. Oh, it's too much of a stretch. Yes, dirt fuel I do. It's I only use it to be fair because it's what Reaper suggested to me. But for someone like me who's not very savvy when it comes to those things, it definitely made my life easier. It's like I haven't got to store any merch of my own. All the designs on the websites are easy to do. You can like pre-render stuff to see what it looks like. So I had no issues with it at all. Now, if anything, you might need to consume more PBRs, just to keep you sane. It might be the way to go. I think the only, like, when it comes to Supercross tracks and stock setups, you can get around the track absolutely fine. The place that you really do feel the benefits of setups, especially on this year's aerial tracks, is the whoops. Like, they do make a big difference in whoop speed. I don't know about you boys, I will do everything in my power to try and make the whoops easier for myself. Reese was only 0.4 behind me. Well, like, Reese is vibing with these tracks quite a lot by the looks of it. mean, he went through. He's definitely not going to go to the LCQ this week, is he? He went to. Well, you know, what I mean, what group was he in? I think he went to Group B last week, and then he made it through into the top 4 to then get into Group A, if my memory serves me right. I say, ooh, girl, bow, bow. You touch me, you're ew. KFC order. I mean, I don't actually know if the UK and KFC menus are the same. I know, like, US and UK KFC, McDonald's orders, for example, are really different. For me, I go for the Zinger Tower Meal. So it's the Zinger burger with a hash brown in it on top of it, and it's got like lettuce and mayo. Then obviously just get chips / fries, and then I get the sweet chili chicken bites as well, and that's usually me done. Also, if any of you like are in every single one of my streams, thank you very much as well. But if you remember a couple of streams ago, obviously like Stephen donated, but for me to give it to the Just Giving page for the ultra marathon that I'm doing later this year, and I said to him, "Oh, like it's going to take a while to clear. It's coming through as an e-check because you're from the US, so on and so forth." I went onto my account to like, have a look, and you know when you make an account on anything, it's like, oh, steps completed to set up your profile, like 2 out of 4, whatever. It said that, and I was like, I've had this PayPal account for like 5 years at this point. What could I possibly need to set up? And I had the option to apply for a PayPal debit card, which I had no idea existed, and I think it might only be for businesses only. But it's essentially, say you've got £100 in your PayPal account, instead of you having to withdraw it to your bank account, then use your normal card, you can just have a PayPal card and pay in stores with your PayPal balance. So I now have a PayPal. I will not show you the back, but I have a PayPal debit card now, which I thought was really, really cool. It came in the post today. Very nice. Reese gets the track early, that's why. I'm sure that Aiden has the integrity to not just give the track out to his friends, so I feel like that might be false allegations. Because let's take pre-season as an example. If he had got the track early and he still only qualified in B, then that's outrageously shit. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why it came on a Sunday. Because it just came through the normal posts. And that doesn't usually happen. Austin's got that for his actually no, was it Austin or was it Ilam? I think it's Ilam. I think it's Ilam. He's got a separate account called Fun Money. Oh, I don't know about actually having any money on it. No idea. But yeah, they did send it out for free. I didn't have to like pay anything. I just had to apply for it. Although there's a little bit of there's a little kink in it. It's not like perfect, which is going to annoy me. Oh well. It's fine. The UK used to have Cash App, and then I want to say like a year and a half-ish ago, something like that, got a notification saying that Cash App will no longer exist in the UK, and I think it's like US-based only now. I've not downloaded any Kits Rush, no. No, sorry, it was a bit last minute. But if you qualify... Actually, no, Rush, are you doing 250 or 450? If you're doing 2, then there is a reason for me to download it, isn't there? Because I'll be spectating that 250 race. Can you download... no, say it again, so that's so cool. Right, so that... Okay, let me do it now, actually, whilst Aiden's sorting these servers out. So that's gear. Oh, never mind, you're uploading it to a drive separately, right. Let's do... I'll download it now, actually, whilst you've reminded me. Because then someone else sent me stuff as well. Who's this? Oh, Mr. Dill Pickle. Both. I hate how streamer mode on Discord truncates everybody's names, so I have no idea who people are until and so I have to turn it like off and then turn it back on again. I say, ooh, girl, boom, boom. Arena Cross was good. I was just happy to get out of the house, to be honest. It's like when you walk a dog after a while, he's got all this built-up energy. It's just nice going out and actually doing something rather than being sat indoors all the time. It was nice. It was just a very long day. I did not expect it to go on as long as it was. It's like, so for example, I got there at like 7:30 a.m. I'd been awake since 3 a.m. I didn't sleep well. Got there at 7:30 because then you get to do the track walk and then they qualify at like 9 a.m., so on and so forth. But there's no general public in at that time. The public don't come in until about 4 p.m. And the last race of the night didn't start until 9:30 p.m. So then I got out of there after like packing up and everything like that. I think I got out of there at about, I want to say maybe 10:45 p.m. and I didn't get home until 1. So it was a long day. It was a long day. I had a couple of moments on the drive home where I was like, oh, I'm going to fall asleep here. And then I slept for literally 15 hours after that. So it was a long time. There's just no series to let the Vogues race with the 450s. I'm guessing there's reasons for it. I'm sure they're probably quite OP out of the start gate and things like that. Yeah, to be fair, to put them on a Supercross track against other 450s, I feel like over the full course of the race you'd be at a disadvantage. But then, yeah, you just get good starts all the time. So I don't know. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, I was closing me open my game and now Dylan sent me his gear when he could have just sent me the gear before asking am I streaming and then I could have it. Actually, no. Fuck you, Dylan. I'm not doing it. Pack your stuff. I'm not going through all of my folders, dragging and dropping stuff individually. Pack your gear. I'm embracing my real streamer mode, where I refuse to do anything that's not normal. The thing that annoyed me is when you have them really, really tired moments whilst you're driving, it lasts for about an hour and then you kind of wake up again. But it just so happened that I'd woken up again only about 20 minutes from my house. So it's like, okay, so I was just an absolute hazard, almost falling asleep at the wheel for an hour of my journey. But then I'm home and I'm awake again now. Oh, should we check? Check qualifying actually. My MXB. If I'm a guessing man, I want to say like fifth overall. Let's have a look. I'll bring it up onto this screen so we can enjoy it together. Excuse me. Gamers, this is a little bit fucking stacked. That is... Can win. Can win. Can win. Won't win. Can win. Can win. Won't win. Might win if he gets out the gate. Won't win because he holds shots and then crashes. Too old to win. Don't have enough info on, but always qualifies well in NA. Will never win. No clue. Won't win. Won't win. Won't win. Won't win. Crippled. But that is a really, really... That's a really, really stacked lobby. Listen, Steiner, you fat piece of bacon. How is your shit Dybala tattoos? Damn, that is a fucking stacked A group. What about people that qualified for B? Because so like the top 4 that finish in B will go through to the A main. Callum could make it through, make it interesting. Froxy doesn't do too many 450 races, so I'm interested to see how the actual race goes for him. Boardman's a pretty solid shout to make it through. Very, very consistent. This could be a very, very intense, interesting night of racing. I signed up for this thinking it would be like an easier series. And to be fair, so there was a lot of logistic issues ahead of tonight. So originally it was planned that EU aerial would be postponed to the same time as this, which fully fucked Aiden, like straight in the arsehole with zero lube. So Aiden basically said to me in DMs, if that happens, he's going to postpone this series a week, because he made a very good point of people aren't going to miss this for aerial. And if people don't do round one of a series, they're probably not going to bother with the rest of them. So round one really sets the tone. So he was going to postpone it a week. But now that aerial is not racing at the same time as this, we're good to go. And it is so stacked. Everybody's here. So we'll see how it goes. That makes it even worse. I can't see her in practice for the next hour and a half that I have to commentate. Not ideal. So for anybody that's just joining us, on Friday, we tried doing round 4 of aerial. The servers got attacked again, and they originally planned for us to rerun it today, like right now. However, there was a poll done, which in my opinion was a shit poll, but there was a poll done, wasn't public to many people. I didn't even see it because I was out all day. I would have voted against it. But they've decided for EU only, they will not rerun it. They will take the Moto 1 result and triple that result. So wherever you got in Moto 1 is where you get overall. So I kind of got a bit fingered. I got 8th overall. But I suppose getting 8th overall is better than getting no points, because if they reran it today, I would have been doing this series instead. So at least I got some points out of it. But yeah, Troy's loving life. Troy got another podium, which is sick for him. And I think Tyler won. I think Tyler won Moto 1, didn't he? But then I think NA is rerunning it, to my knowledge. I don't know how far NA got through the night. I don't know if they ran any motos at all before it got attacked. But at least that gives me something to watch later on. Should be good. I need to join 450C main for this, I believe. So if you are new with this series, if you didn't watch the pre-season round at all, the way this championship works is, let's say there's enough riders for there to be like 6 qualifying groups. So you once you've qualified, you're either in A, B, C, D, E, or F. C, D, E, and F will all do their main events at the same time as each other. However, if you're in D, E, and F, you do your one main event, and that's your night done. You score points in that race. Like, it's a low amount of points, so there's no incentive to sandbag. Maybe you get like 7 points for winning in F, for example. But that's that. If you're in the C race and you finish inside the top 4, you then get promoted up to the B group. The B group then does their main event. If you finish in the top 4 of the B group, you then get promoted to the A group, and then the A group will then do 2 main events, and that's it. So if you're like me in this position, and you qualified straight through to the A main, you wait till the end of the night, and then you do your 2 races. If you had a shit qualifying and you qualified in C, but then you're insane at racing, and you win C group, you win B group, you have the chance to do 4 main events. Now, you only get scored for the last main event you're in, so it's not like you can compile quadruple points. But it's still nice. It gives everybody a reason to race. It gives everybody a chance, no matter what skill level you are, you can rock up and put a race in. And I like it. It just gives more people a reason to be playing the game. So we'll see how tonight goes. Oh, and they didn't even get to qualify. Oh, they was on it quickly then. Very, very quickly. I say, ooh, girl, bow, bow. We have a wild Gerb in here. Will Gerb manage to get himself promoted through to the B group? Who knows? I'm pretty sure TK... I feel like TK made it through last week. I don't know if he made it through from C to B or if he made it through from B to A. Belt to arse. I wonder what the motive is behind all of the attacks. I wonder if it is like a fuck you Nico attack, or if it's a we hate ARL attack, or if it's just a general thing, if they'll do it regardless on who and when it is. Yeah, I got no idea. I mean, there's drama going on right now in the Call of Duty Zombies community as well. I know this will probably only affect maybe 2 people that are watching right now, because there's not really much crossover there between interests. But basically, for Black Ops 7 Zombies, they released a more of like a classic style game mode called Cursed, which kind of, it plays the same as how zombies used to play. You know, if you shoot a bullet at a zombie, you get points, so you can like point whore if you want to with weak guns. There's also modifiers to make the game mode harder for yourself. So like you can only have so many perks, you can only do this, that, and the other. And to unlock those modifiers, you had to do really difficult to work out Easter eggs. Just shit like you have to, any time after round 60 with this modifier active, you have to survive a whole round without taking any damage. Just like really niche stuff to unlock it. And there's a group of Chinese players right now that have basically worked out how to fully data mine everything. So they will know all, or how to do all of these secret Easter eggs to unlock these extra modifiers straight away. Now, data mining's always been a thing, but not to this extent, to where everything will just get solved instantly. So the people in Zombies community right now are fuming, because there's older Zombies games like Black Ops 3, where there's Easter eggs that need to be like fully deciphered and using 10 to 20 different ciphers all back to back and this, that, and the other, that haven't been solved after 10 years with people actively hunting it and searching the entire time. So for now, things just be unlocked like that, like people are fuming about it. So the game in space right now is a very interesting place to be in. Say, ooh, girl, bow, bow. Yeah, so I know what has been happening in regards to the server issues. I'm not going to go and... I don't even know if leak's the right word. I'm not going to just start talking about all of the ins and outs and how everything works. I think that opens the door for more people to be up to no good. So just know it's not ideal. It's something that Paboso needs to work on himself. There's nothing that any admin or hosts of series can do themselves. It is a flaw with the base game. So whilst we can get annoyed that it's happening, you kind of have to point the anger towards the right people. So I'll just leave it at that. Because unfortunately the issue is the more attention that you give everything and the more reactions you get, the more likely it is to keep happening, because that's why people do these things, is it's almost like feel smarter than other people and be like, I can do this, you can't do anything about it. Funny, bad reactions, you know? So it's better just to carry on with your day. Be like, oh, that's shit. Shit happens, and then carry on living life. One thing I am excited to do, so I've not run or been to the gym for like the last 3 days. I'm very excited once this stream ends tonight to go to the gym and get back on the treadmill, because I never thought in my life I would want to go for a run or want to get on a treadmill. But it's weird now. It's like I've been doing it a good amount regularly, and it's now like when I don't do it, I feel weird for not doing it. So we'll be all over that later on. The only thing I will say that's shit about now and this next 9 months for me is every single... So how my... Oh, I think we're going down to the start gate. How my gym is laid out is you've got all of like the cardio machines at the front with mirrors in front of you. So if I'm running on a treadmill and I look in the mirror, I can see behind to like the free weights and all like the arm machines and stuff. And I just stand there staring at it the whole time. I was like, I just want to go do some fucking bicep curls. I don't want to be sat on this treadmill the whole time. So that's the only bad thing at the moment, is just being an absolute cardio bunny. I say, ooh, girl, bow, bow. Right, we haven't got 2 people on the inside gates. No, we don't. Okay, fair enough. There's a lot of people in here that I have no knowledge on how good they are at the game, so I'm going to need people in chat to tell me who their heavy hitters are for this, who they think the top 4 are going to be to make it through. We have got a Rodak, who is the lone KTM in this lobby. I wish him the best of luck. We've got an inside right-hander for the start here. Looks like fairly big, but I'm sure there'll be some sort of chaos as people don't break. There we go. As always, so Showtime, Script, Gerb, not good for Gerb, and VDR getting unfortunate starts there. Bit of a chaotic first rhythm section. as well. But there we go. We are round turn number 2. We have got Mr. C-Star of the MXB Hub team out in the lead, making a little mistake there, but everybody else is making huge mistakes behind him. So he'll keep that P1. Peter Larker diving up the inside of Skiwop there, almost running him a little bit high. We've got AK, who was... AK did qualify for the aerial main event on Friday. So he does have some speed in him. So I'm curious as to what happened in qualifying today, where he only made it through to the C group. We have then got Mr. Rodex Revival, that lone KTM there, behind the lone Fantic as well with Pudge. Pudge now sat in that P5 spot. C-Star already starting to put out a little bit of a gap on the competition. This race is only 10 minutes plus 1 lap. So not too much time for the people that get bad starts. So we'll see people that got bad starts if they can push their way up. I'm seeing some Script Love in chat here, and that's a new name to me. Don't know if he's solely on the NA scene usually. Oh, Rodak, he keeps her on track. That could have been much worse. If you have to go around that table there, I'm sure you'll get all sorts of cuts. And actually, looking at it, Gerb went off the track in turn 1. He's already up into P8 on the track, and top 4 is what we're looking for here. Got to keep that in mind. So as they run right now, it would be C-Star, Skiwop, Peter Larker, who... Can anybody confirm if that's Pax or not? Actually, no, there's Pax in chat. It might not be. I swear one of them was running the name Peter for a while. And then P4, we have AK333. Your wife's got a membership at a crazy gym. I went to it the other day for our kids' swim lessons. Why does a gym need a fireplace lounge and a restaurant? That's just how they managed to crank up the prices. I think, so with the really expensive gyms these days, they're not so much as a gym as they are more as like a social club. Like you can spend the entire day there if you really wanted to. So I think that's why they can justify them prices. Because Linda wanted to go to a really bougie gym before, and I was like, listen, it's £80 a month, which first of all is outrageous just for a gym. Outside of that, if you want to cancel your membership at any point, you then have to pay the next 3 months anyway. So it's like you have to pay £240 just to leave the gym. And so I was like, I'm not doing that. I will stick to my shitty little 24-hour, £25 a month gym as it is. Because it's at that point you're just going for the luxury. You're not even going to work out to train. You know, that's how I feel about it anyway. Peter is the edit one, but that's not the edit Pax in the... Oh, okay, so no. So Pax is running Peter, but this is not Pax in this lobby. Got you. Thank you very much for the clarification. We're not just a gym, we're a lifestyle that offers £20 green shakes to make you try and be healthy. Yeah, great. Sick. Love that. No, I don't buy into it. Not a bit of me. I know some people will buy like the really expensive gyms just for like the privacy, because they're usually a lot less busy, which I can respect that. But no, I just go to the gym at 4 AM. So that's private enough for me. Right, as it runs though, let's get back to the racing. Sorry, after all the waffling. Aiden will not be happy with me talking about gyms whilst his series is going on. We've still got C-Star out in front, looking comfy, not making too many mistakes, getting the on and off nice and clean there. He's going over the finish line to lead another lap. We've then got AK, who's moved his way up a couple of positions. He now sees himself into P2. Skiwop into P3. We've then got a big gap back to Tanner, who has made his way into the top 4. With then Jones, one of the very OGs of the game. Doesn't race much anymore. Nice to see him back on the track again, lagging his T's off over the finish line. He is in P5. We have then got Rodak in P6. He has a chance here. Wasn't able to get promoted from one of the races last week. We'll see if he can get it done this week. He gets the quad in, does not get the second one though. So now Showtime's going to try and go up the inside, doesn't get him. Showtime's a name that I've not seen in quite some time also. So this retro, I say retro, this slower series may be favouring some of the old names a little bit more. Nice to see some of these people playing the game again. Very, very good to see. Rodak going to triple into that corner fine. I mean, we've got a train of riders here. Who's this at the front of it? So it's actually your P4, your final position right here, Tanner. If he makes a mistake, he could lose 5 spots or so. And I mentioned him before the gate dropped. We've got TK here. He has been making it through to main events pretty damn regularly so far this year. And he basically has P4 only just up the road from him. But he does have the difficult job of trying to pass these two people first. And Jones, if Jones is lagging for me in spectator mode, he's got to be all over the place right now on everybody else's screen. So I do not envy TK at all right now. Going to have to try and make the pass on him. I believe Jones is from Germany. So mainland Europe, not getting the greatest of connection to these NA servers by the looks of it. But I think I usually cap out at like between 90 and 100 ping. So maybe he's just having a bad internet day. all the round. But he does make a mistake. That's going to make TK's job a little bit easier. And Skiwop goes down as well. He was in P2. He's now going to be relegated all the way down to P6, I believe. So that's going to mess things up inside this top 4. No difficulties whatsoever for your race leader though, Mr. C-Star. He has a very comfortable 14-second lead now over the rest of the competition. That man in second is Tanner. We then have AK in third and then TK in P4. Jones got back up from his crash though, and he is still knocking on the door. Lagging like crazy though, and Skiwop's going to get into the back of him. Did not expect Jones to go triple single there, so nothing he could do. He was already in the air. Can't do anything about that. Showtime's going to try and now sneak his way up a position or two as Tanner makes a mistake. AK gets into the back of him. They're going to have a drag race into this next inside. AK is going to control that. Very heads-up riding from Tanner. Knew that AK was there, didn't want to force the issue and get sent over the berm, so he keeps her up on 2 wheels and keeps his transfer spot as well. So as they run, we have got 4 minutes plus 1 lap left to go in this C main event. We have still got C-Star, who has now gapped another second. Yeah, another second over the rest of the competition. We've got AK in second. TK now going from 4th to 3rd as Tanner makes another mistake. And Tanner does have a little bit of breathing room here. So if he can just try and lock in for the next couple of laps, just be smooth with it, not try and force the issue too much, he should be okay as AK and TK getting together in the whoops. AK doing tricks on it crazy style. It looks like both their lines came together in the whoops there and then neither person could survive. And looking at the track, as it's starting to deteriorate and erode here, I think it's going to be the same way as the pre-season round went, where any of these slightly darker spots that you see on the track, so for example, what you see right here in the middle compared to the right and the left, these bits of the track will be very, very slippery. So it's actually worth moving around on the track a little bit, and exactly as I say that, TK falls victim to that slipperiness. Back end stepped out, just as he started to enter the whoops, so the bike never was able to recover. So these boys are going to have to be very, very patient, try and roll on that throttle very gently to get the triples into the turn. Showtime jumping over the bows there, I'm still not sure if it gives you cuts or not. I'll do a quick check actually as he goes over the finish line, because he did go pretty far over them. Let's bring up the menu, open up chat. Is he going to get one? 7. Okay, I don't know if that one cut only will give you 7 seconds, but Showtime got 7 seconds of cuts on that last lap. So even if he is in a transfer spot, there is a high possibility that once the timing all gets updated at the end, once cuts come into play, he will be relegated. Tanner getting a bit sketchy through the whoops. AK with a great drive through them though. It actually goes a bit too far, so he can't get the triple into the turn at the end. And right now it's a battle between TK and... where's Skillwop? Wow, he's back there. Oh, Gerb getting all kinds of sketchy and going down as well. I don't think Gerb's going to be making it through. Peter barely avoiding the carnage right there as well. I'll let you boys deal with that issue in there. There's 2 opinions in this game. One is thinking that these tracks are too small, and the other is the correct opinion, that the tracks are actually really, really good, and this is what the game needs. Where's Mr. C-Star at? Let's try and catch up. Oh, look at him quadding in there, hitting a little oppo, nice and easy as well. There's one person that is enjoying this track today. Mr. C-Star right here. And if you are just joining us, I will reiterate that in this C main event right here, the top 4 make it straight through to the B main, and then the top 4 in the B main go through to the A, where they get the 2 A main motos. But yeah, C-Star putting a stamp on it in this one. Got the whole shot, put a little bit of a gap early, and now he's just running his own race. And you can see there where the track's starting to get slipperier. On the exit of this right-hander, C-Star was not able to get the step on-off as he would have been doing earlier on in the race. So it's parts like this where you either have to check up and just start doubling in, or you switch your line and actually use the 90-degree berm here to stay out of the erode and then be able to get that triple up onto this tabletop, just as Showtime has done right there. The AK choosing to double in instead. All these boys going to quad out of the section very, very nicely. So we've got... I think we've got 2 laps left to go. Yeah, C-Star's going to get to the finish line before that clock expires. So we'll have 2 laps left to go here. He's going to throw the hand up, say thank you to Arito for being a good lapper by the looks of it. Always got to give some props to the good lappers. They're few and far between these days. So the more of them that you say thank you to, the more likely they are to do it again. So right now, on track, Tanner is in P2. We then have Showtime, who is P3 on track. But because he's got so many cuts, he's actually in P5 after timing's all updated. So anything can still happen here in this C main event. We've got 2 laps left to go. We're about a lap and a half now. Rodak was looking good earlier on. He was in P6, looking to make a move. Couple of mistakes by the look of it there. That KTM, especially as the road comes in, I can only imagine it's getting trickier and trickier to ride. It's quite a slippery bike as it is anyway. As this track deteriorates, it's going to have to be so gentle on the throttle. Who we got going down here? Oh, we got Peter going down, Showtime going down as well. I don't know if they were joint instance there, if they got together as the lanes crossed, or if that was individual. Let's give Gerb a little bit of love. A little fun fact for you, if you've only been in the game for the last couple of years. When I first started playing this game back in the end of 2019, start of 2020, Gerb was doing some of the original commentating alongside Jin when I first started playing. So Gerb's been around for a while. Obviously never the fastest man in the game. Used to get his way through to some main events back in the day, but with the community basically being 5 times plus as big as it was back then, faster and faster people, Gerb not playing the game too much anymore. He's here for a good time, supporting his buddy Aiden, and these guys have all been friends long before I started playing the game as well. So it's nice to see everybody still rocking up and showing support for Aiden's series. We then got Skillwop, who was looking good early. He's been making a bunch of mistakes. Yeah, I suppose these races happen in 2 stages. Oh my god, what's happened to AK there? He went flying to the left. These races basically happen in 2 stages. We've got stage 1 of the race, before the road comes in, where it's really, if you are running good lap times, you should be in a good spot. You've then got stage 2 of these races, where the road comes in, that it'll really favour the people being smoother and more precise. So it wouldn't surprise me if you see a lot of position changes on the back half of these races. Now, I'm a big fan of these tracks, but straight up, I will admit my opinion on these tracks are biased. Firstly, because Aiden's a good friend of mine anyway. Secondly, because God knows how many years now I've been saying that these tracks and bikes need to be slower, and Aiden's done a very, very good job of that. I think, especially if you take the groomed version of the aerial tracks this year, they are just ridiculously big in terms of scaling, and I'm just not a fan of it. I just think it's more of a brain-dead way of playing. You haven't got to think about anything, whereas around these you actually have to worry about your timing and being smooth on the throttle and things like that. So I prefer it. So as we go across the line here, C-Star, very easy win there. Tanner in P2, AK in P3, TK was able to get that pass made on the last lap to P4, and they will be your 4 people moving up into the B main. And I'm going to be honest, if C-Star can get another good start, I don't see any reason as to why he couldn't also get top 4 in this B main and go all the way through to the A's. The issue he will have is he's only going to have 19th gate pick. So he's going to be way out here on the outside. So unless the start tech is absolutely dialed, he could be in trouble. But again, we'll see how it all goes. I'll wait for the OK from Aiden before the B main goes up for me to join that one. What I am going to do quickly before he tells me to join it is I just want to do one practice start by myself before it starts. And for me as well, there's various reasons why these tracks are good. So you have all these alternative lines and rhythms that you can take that work out really similarly time-wise. If you mess up a rhythm section, you aren't forced to double the rest of the way through. You can get back into a triple if you want to. And outside of that, because your average speed around the track is slower anyway, if you do get into it with somebody in a corner, like if you touch each other, a lot of times, so the way the netcode works in this game is the slower the bikes are moving, the more accurate the netcode is. So the collisions aren't as bad. So if you hit somebody at a slower speed in the turn, there's less chance that they get yeeted off to the Shadow Realm. And that's just an indirect benefit of these races, and I think it's great. Right, let's quickly do a practice start, see how she goes. So yeah, as well, I usually prefer rutted tracks as well, and that's something that people have mentioned with these. However, because of the scaling of these tracks, if you was then to go and add ruts to them, I think it would negatively impact these tracks. I don't think there's enough room to have multiple ruts, and I think it could make things more one-lined, which I believe is also the reason why Aiden's gone for the road route of it being just making the tracks slippery rather than it digging down. Because right now, how the tracks are, you can check up and cut down in the berm as much as you want. Alternatively, if somebody's in the corner, you can dive as far inside the turn as you want as well. if it was a case of there was ruts there, or the road was digging down loads, you wouldn't be able to do that anymore. It would just be the fastest to rail the outside of the corner. So for these tracks and scaling and traction in particular, I do think the route that Aiden has gone is the best racing, the best way to make the racing good. Rutted tracks will keep the competition closer for two reasons, and I'm going to use the last aerial round as an example. When rutted tracks are built poorly, there is one fast rut. I think you see where I'm going with this. The reason the lap times were so close on last week's aerial track is because there was the one fast rut. So when there's no line differentiation from anybody, the lap times will be really close together. If there is a rutted track that's built really well, which usually tends to be more motocross and supercross, there'll be multiple ruts, and the ruts will be built in a way where they make the track harder rather than easier. The issue we've got right now with how the ruts are being made is usually there's one fast one, but then also they usually are built so big and so smooth that you can rail the corners faster than you would on a flat track, which makes then huge rhythm sections possible as well. So I actually think in terms of rutted aerial tracks, to me, the 2024 Supercross season, with the scaling and the ruts that were there, made for better racing than this 2026 rutted season, if that makes sense. But then I also know that making multiple viable ruts is really hard to do. And the only people that I really think do it super well, at least in my experience over the years, is JV's and B Clay's GP tracks. And I think it's a combination of not only ruts, but roughness at the same time. I'd like to think that it's a combination of the scale and the erode that Aiden's doing right now. So the erode is built to slow people down. The issue you got as well, the reason that this scaling is working quite a lot for Aiden's tracks is because the tracks that he builds are fully custom. Like whatever pops into Aiden's head, he can do. And I know that in his creative process, when he's building rhythms and tracks, he will go into testing and time how long it takes each rhythm. So if you go outside and triple into a section, he will time it from the start of the rhythm to the end. He will then go and double into the rhythm, time it from the start to the end, and try and get multiple lines as close as possible. For the aerial series, because they're replica tracks, you can't do that. You have to follow what the real life track maps are. You can't just add another single here or, you know, take something away, add a dragon's back, this, that, and the other. So I don't know if how this series is running right now, I don't know how that would translate over to the aerial series. I think that it's going to be Stone Rider building the ARL MX tracks, and then it's going to be B Clay building the aerial GP tracks. Yeah, I would like to say I've not experienced it yet, so this is me just waffling. But the build of the game that I have doesn't have any erode right now. I would like to think that with MTG being built on a more modern game engine than OpenGL that Bikes and Sims built on, that's God knows how many years old, I would like to think that the erode that will form in them games would hopefully lead to better / more realistic racing than we have in this. Because I don't think the erode system in Sim or Bikes is particularly amazing. Like Sim just seems to form one trench, and then Bikes either makes things like you get random holes forming things are quite triangulated. It's not smooth. A couple of years ago, bikes used to like it wouldn't make like a deep rut per se. It would more so like just lower the ground, like but a wide surface. It was as if the tire of your bike was like 3 times the width that it actually is. So the road would perform really weird that way as well. But yeah, I'd love to see a motocross game that has actually really good erode. I can't imagine what kind of a toll it would take on like your computer though. Could you like imagine 100 years from now, and there's motocross games where you see all of like the dirt moving in real time as well, as if you was like riding a sand track where every lap the line changes. Like, could you imagine how much the computers would explode trying to keep track of 40 different people on Lommel constantly changing the dirt around you? It would be kind of crazy. The main event right now, this is going to be the B main. So we've got this B main. We've then got 250 A main. We've then got 2 450 A main races. You want to know one simple thing that will make this game harder and alleviate how fast you can go on these bikes in the game is adding a crash mechanic. So in Sim, if you flatland something too hard or if you case a Supercross triple too hard, you fall off the bike. Doesn't matter in MX bikes. You can jump as far and as long as you want, and as long as you're good enough at controlling the little Poboso bounce at the end, you can ride away from it scot-free. So there is no reason to not send things as far as you want to. The original MXGP game, I do remember the erode was okay, but the issue was, I feel like the game physics on that were arse. And the issue with a lot of them GP games is you scrub something, and then as soon as you finish scrubbing, your front end just dives super, super hard, which is always weird. I was never a fan of the crash delay system in this game from a racing perspective, mostly because you tend to ride against people that aren't the smartest. In Sim, I feel like people race around you a bit better because they know that if you get into it with each other, the chances are that you'll both crash. Whereas in this game, people just run it in deep because they know for a lot of time they can get away with it and clean you out only. So with the crash timer, a lot of time you wouldn't just be penalised for your own mistakes. You could get taken out by somebody, and then you have to lay on the ground for an extra 5 seconds thinking about what has happened. Like, you couldn't do anything to avoid it. That's the reason I don't like it too much, especially on the starts. And with the crash timer in this game, the timer doesn't start until the bike stops moving. So imagine you get taken out, your bike then bounces for 3-4 seconds, maybe it then does one little ghost donut like it does sometimes, takes another 2 seconds, then the bike lays on the ground, you then have to wait 5 seconds to respawn after that. I don't know, it's just messy. It's really, really messy. I suppose then you've got the issue of the game's infrastructure as well. Imagine you're racing a series, you're racing against someone with orange ping, they lag backwards, take you out when you could do nothing about it, then you're laying on the ground waiting, thinking about it to respawn. It just makes so many more situations more frustrating than they should be. Yeah, I'd love all these, like, what ifs, like if you was invisible after a crash and things like that. The issue is, right now, how many updates do we want the game to have that don't happen as it is? So asking for all these extra things, I just don't see a world where it ever happens. Most of the time I'll watch the Supercross, like, live, just late at night. If I'm, like, too tired to stay out for it, then I'll just watch it the next morning. Remember when they tried adding that crash delay into the 2023 GP series, or 24, I can't remember which one it was. And I got absolutely yeeted on the start by Matteo, because Matteo's got no brain, no matter how many hours he puts into the game. So then I had to lay on the floor waiting to respawn for ages. I then got up. I then proceeded to get taken out straight away again by someone panicking to get going as quick as possible. So I then had to lay on the ground and think about nothing else that I could have done different. It just ended up not being worth it in the end. The intent behind it, I think, is good. Like, there should be more punishment for crashing. I just don't know how you go about implementing that in the most fair way possible. Right, not a great start gate here from Mr. Dad Shoes. He's on the far outside. I'm guessing he's going to be smart here and just check up and let everybody else go. All depends on how that start goes. Linda launch, ban him, get him gone. Right, Dad Shoes banned. I actually don't know. I don't know if there's a rulebook for this series. That'd be interesting to see. Right, anyway, we're going to it. I'm telling you, my favourite Asian member of MX Bikes, Mr. Boardman, out in the lead. On that gas never mind. I didn't say anything. Froxy out in the lead on the KTM that it looks like a Suzuki still because I've got a model swap on it. He is going to lead us around turn number 3. We then got, oh, Diesel getting all kinds of messy in there. C-Star, I told you, if C-Star gets a good start, he could get his way through to the A main, and we haven't had that happen yet. We haven't had anybody go from the C main all the way through to the A main, so let's see if he can get this done at round number 1 of this series. Does mess up the on-off a little bit, commentator's curse, I'll stop watching him. Got the intro as well, it's a name I've not seen in quite some time. We've then got Crispy on the Jibberco machine. AK, another person that made it through the C main, he's up here early on as well. And Dadshoes, after having that far outside gate, smart on the start, he's up, oh, bars by the way, crime against rhyme. He's up to P7 very, very early on. I'm being informed by Motoman that Chase, no, Pack, sorry, on the Black Rifle No Gear machine is in the lead of this race right now. But classic MX Bikes, just as we're talking about how many updates the game needs, he's invisible on my screen, which does happen from time to time, just for random people. Rumour has it he downloaded Kaizo and turned off full collisions, and he's fully invis now, so he can't be affected. The realism is that MX Bikes is just chalked, and it's just a glitch. So he's actually in the lead, 1.6 seconds over Froxy in P2. We have then got C-Star another 8.5 seconds back, and he is coming under very early pressure from Crispy. And then we've got Jesse, who had quite a good qualifying. I'm surprised to see him into this B main, but I think it showed just how close the qualifying times were. Oh, he slides out, he's not going to get that triple onto the table. Dadshoes trying to make a pass on Dientro, by the looks of it, couldn't get it done. He gets into the back of him. I don't think Chase intentionally changed his name to Motoman. I'm pretty sure YouTube done a random update where it now uses people's actual username, and I don't know how you go about changing it. Oh, Jesse cutting the inside here. Is it? Okay, he's lagging his titties off. I want to see, I'm going to check, because I checked after Showtime done that last lap, or last race. Let's see if Jesse gets cuts as we go across here. He does as well, he's got 2 seconds, okay. So yeah, so there's no benefit of jumping across the bows there, it will negatively affect you. W track making from Aiden. You love to see it. Jesse is kind of lagging his titties off right now. Bro is floating through the air on some of these jumps. Might be on the mobile phone, might be on the hotspot. The intro's gonna go down, and Dadshoes gets into him, keeps her up on 2 wheels low, so that's gonna promote Dadshoes up 1 position. He's now gonna go from 6th place up into 5th place. So if he can move up 1 more spot, old Dadshoes, the OAP of the community. I'm pretty sure I'm older than Dadshoes, by the way. What has just happened? Okay, Pax has finally... No, that's Boardman. What has just... What is it just... Huh? Why has it stolen my camera from me? So Boardman had the whole shot early on. I don't know if he's lagging or that's why it suddenly put me over to him. He's in dead last. Or was in dead last. He's made 2 positions. I was going to compliment him when he was out in the front, saying this Gas, quite an underrated bike, in my opinion. Because there's no outrageously huge lines that you need the Yamaha for around these tracks, the Gas is a really good option, because for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because it is down on power, but it puts that power down that it does have really nicely. Like, it's a very, very grippy bike. So we've got Pax still out in front. I wonder if Froxy can see him, actually, because Froxy's only 1.3 seconds behind. I'm wondering if Froxy catches up. If he can't see him, if he's just going to yeet Pax out the way unintentionally, which could hinder Pax quite a lot. But Froxy, a little bit messy. A little bit messy, not going to lie. although, as I say, he's predominantly a 250 rider, so maybe the combination of this slippery track with the 450 and that 450 being a KTM could be negatively impacting him. He just needs to be a little bit gentle on the old right trigger there, gets that next rhythm section nice and clean, and he hasn't got to worry anyway. He's got a big old gap back to Crispy in P3. We've then got just as big of a gap to Jesse in P4, but having a look at the cuts, has Jesse got like 10 seconds of cuts? It's got him down as 9th place right now. I think Jesse's missed a sector. He's falling down through the pack. Either that or he's... I don't know what's happening there with the amount of cuts he's got. We've got Mally trying to get the inside of Dad's shoes. I think that might be some French on American crime going on right now. Dad's shoes going to run him high as well. Good heads up riding. Nothing too dirty though, just ran him high, gave him some room still. And then we have got Hemi coming out of retirement as well. The other Suzuki rider, usually alongside Aiden. Hemi's rocking in P6 right now as Melee goes down. Hemi doing tricks on it. He can't miss the crash though. Miles was gifted 2 positions. He's going to go down in the very next corner. Mally looking to be riding very aggressively. And it seems to be hindering him as well. He's running in deep here, but he's not giving himself a good run around the turn to be able to get the rhythm. We've now got C-Star moving his way through as well. He still has the chance of making it through to that A main after being in the C group originally. I just want to follow him around for a little bit right here. So he's being smart. He's going out wide here to now try and get this triple on easier. But he did hit the bail going into that 90, so it did slow him down. Wasn't able to get it on. Hemi getting it from the inside still. Quite impressive as this track's getting more and more slippery. So Hemi is going to be in P5, I think. So it's going to be a battle of the MX Bikes OAPs. And when I say this, I mean purely based on MX Bikes years. I have no clue how old Hemi is, but he's definitely younger than myself and Dad's shoes. So just been around the game for a long time. The Dad's shoes going across that line in that final transfer spot. We've got 4 minutes plus 1 lap left to go of this B main event. We have now got Froxy has made his way around. Where is Froxy? Oh, these guys are so clear of the rest of the field. Holy. Yeah, Froxy's made his way around Pax. Never mind, he's thrown it away. Pax should, even though he's invisible, be gaining a position there, and Froxy is going to get cuts from choosing to go around that wall jump rather than re-entering and taking it properly. So we'll see what happens next time they go over the time, and he gets into it with a lapper. AK unintentionally messing up Froxy there. Thankfully, these guys have such a big gap over the rest of the field that, whilst they might be a little bit stressed at the moment, it shouldn't cause too many issues. Crispy making a mistake on the wall. Jesse trying to slide up the inside there. Wasn't able to get it done in that part. He's going to try and go deep. No, keeps it respectful. Actually, I think there might have been some collision there. Looked a little bit laggy to me though. Didn't look like he actually hit him on my screen. Dad's shoes going down at the end of the whoops. Let's just watch this whoop section actually. Watch at the beginning. See these bikes struggling for grip as they go into this section. And the issue is, as soon as that back end slides out on the first whoop, you're just going to be fishtailing the entire way through. AK choosing to play it smart, trying to get onto the grippy bit onto the right hand side. Boardman is trying to work his way through the pack. He's only able to make it up to P12 so far though. I kind of missed what happened to Boardman after that initial crash at the start, but I'm guessing he was just caught up in all kinds of carnage. So this is our battle for what would be P3, but again, Jesse has just an outrageous amount of cuts right now. So he's 3rd on track, but 8th on timing. So he's going to have to try and get a bit of a move on here. He's got 2.5 minutes plus 1 lap left to try and gain as much time on the rest of the competition as possible. He does still get that triple on from the inside though, which is looking to get very, very difficult. He's going to go down low, commentator's curse again. I need to stop watching people. Yeah, everybody I look at makes a mistake. Another mistake. No mistake there. Another mistake. TK playing it smart as well. Oh, C-Star making a mistake. It's weird things that you think would be easy. Just little jumps like this, where it's getting slipperier as the race goes on. Those back wheels are stepping out on the face. You see Boardman trying to get that slipping under control there as well. You've got to be so careful around this. And I'm here for it. Some people hate it. They feel like they're tiptoeing around the track. But I'm all for the precision and just being smooth on the throttle. Dachu's going to go across the line. He's still rocking that P4. Jesse going down again. And he's now in 9th in the timing. Shall we have a quick look? Would it tell me on the fly how many seconds of cuts he has, or do I have to wait until the end? He got 11 seconds on the first lap. Yeah, that'll be the bulk of it. So 13, 15, 17 seconds of cuts from Jesse. And that plus 2 every lap, I guarantee, is coming from this. So I thought we would have learned not to do it by now, unless he's got chat off. Maybe he doesn't know that he's getting cuts there every lap. But I thought that would be quite self-explanatory in what's going on right there. AK and C-Star, two of the people that made it through your C main event, not going to be making it through here by the looks of it. Mally struggling to get up and over that double there. He cut the whole start. Oh, well, there you go. Perfect. If you cut on the start, you deserve to get 11 seconds worth of cuts. Nothing wrong with that. You love to see it. Yeah, Pax has taken the lead again. I wish we could see him. I'd love to give Pax his flowers as well, but the game does not want me to enjoy any Pax action today. So we've got Froxy right here. He's 3 seconds behind Pax. There will be 1.5 laps left to go in this B main event. And once this race is completed, we'll be going through to the single 250A race of the night. And then after that, it will be my chance to put some wheels back on the track with my 2 450 main events. Froxy going to go down. And again, it's high risk, high reward now because of how slippery it is. Trying to get this triple from the inside is just so difficult. It's hard as well because you have to be pretty committed to it from the time that you land this jump here. You have to land as far left as possible and then like apex it and jump across as well. So if your back wheel slides out just as you get here, you don't really have the time to back out of it at that point, then only double. You can see how hard this is for some people. Look, I didn't think I'd see a world where 2 450 riders are struggling to get a simple double coming out of a turn. This track is getting really hard. I would go as far to say that right now I'm seeing more people struggle around this Miami track than they did the pre-season race. So last lap flag is out. It is still going to be Pax, followed by Froxy. They are almost 20 seconds clear of Dad Shoes in P3. Froxy making one more little mistake in there. We've got Tanner up here as well. Tanner's a lap down. He's your other person that made it through the C main event. Dad Shoes in that P3 spot. Crispy turning right instead of left. That's not where the track goes, sir. But Crispy's in P4, and he has a big 11-second gap back to TK in P5. And I feel for TK. I really do. He's going to be so close yet so far. He was one of the people that made it through your C main event. He almost followed the dream. He almost got through to this A main event as well. But Crispy, very comfortable right now. Yeah, suspension looked very good through the whoops there. Looked like it was soaking up super nicely. And he struggles to get over that double as well. What we got here? I'm going to follow Dad Shoes around to the finish. We should be having... Dad Shoes even choosing to hit this 90 before the whoops as well now. You see a couple of people choosing to do that as the road comes in. So Froxy actually is going to lead us over the finish line. Pax should be coming across the line in P2 anytime soon. Just waiting for that finish line flag to appear next to his name. There he goes. We follow Invisible Pax over the finish. Well done, Pax. We've then got Fish as a lap down. Diesel was a lap down. And then Dad Shoes, he's going to make it through to the A main in P3. Lovely stuff. Little no-footer for the fans. Tanner is a lap down. We've then got Crispy, your 4th and final person, going through to that A main. Well done to Crispy as well. He gets it done. And then for everybody else of the night, early shower. Get a couple of points for wherever they finished in the B main, which actually I can try and pull up here. So let's have a look. So Mally, for example, in P5, he would get... Let's move this over here. Mally would get 106 points for that P5 spot there. So it's interesting because... So let's take Dad Shoes, for example. Dad Shoes finished 3rd in that race, so he's going to get promoted to the A main. Let's say Dad Shoes then gets 20th, 21st or 22nd. He will actually get less points than if he would have finished 5th in the B main. But I suppose the benefit of getting promoted from B to A is your chance of getting like 18th and above is usually pretty decent. So they're like Dad Shoes, instead of getting like 106 points for getting 5th, he could now possibly get all the way up to like 134, which is like a massive leapfrog of how many points you'll get. So if anybody was confused on how the point system works for this championship, it's like this. So there's no real incentive to sandbag. You are, I guess, incentivized to make it as far into the night as you possibly can do. There you go. Good stuff. Ooh, girl. Hemi not happy with somebody by the looks of it. That was Miles, I think he said. How long until our race? We've only got one 250 race to go, Cam, and then it's us. So I would say no longer than 25 minutes, I wouldn't have thought. Did Cowdog make it? I don't think I saw Callum in that race once. I'm going to say no. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Say, baby girl. You shock me like an electric eel. Baby girl, bum bum. You turn me on with your electric feel. I'll get my second practice starting quickly before my main events. Just wait for the all clear from your race organizer. Callum went from P4 aerial guy to B main. I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. Could probably be due to the fact that there's no class or region lock in this series. So there's more competition. It's actually really techie trying to like stop for that inside, where the track is so slick. But no, I do... So the difficult thing about these kind of tracks is the first 2 laps specifically will be a lot more hectic than aerial ones will, so the likelihood of you getting finger blasted out of the start is higher. But if you can survive then 2 laps, I think then the racing gets a little bit better after that. Just get my extra little practice lap in before I hop into the 250 race. My front end tried tucking on me there on the exit. Oh, we're going deep. All the way into the turn, holy. I am looking forwards to trying to hit some of these jumps into these rhythm sections and having my back wheel spin around on me. And then be like, right, okay, next lap, I need to be smoother there, take a different line. And then I completely forget by the time I get there next lap. I mean, last aerial round, I think Callum out-qualified me. And I think he out-qualified me in this one today. No, actually, no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be in the B main otherwise. So it sounds to me like Mr. Cowdog needs to be putting in them practice motos. Maybe try and slow the pace down a tiny bit for some race consistency. Hello, Freddy. $250A's up. Let's go get it, gamers. He doesn't want it enough. Facts. Callum's putting in Lynn's levels of hours right now and expecting to be running with the big boys. But little does Callum know he hasn't got the base 5,000 hours of playing needed to be able to pull it off. I say, ooh, girl. Oh, God, I do contribute it still as well to the tracks coming out so early this year, but I've never qualified worse than I have been this year. Just the general hot lap pace of people is insane now. To be fair, I will put a lot of Callum's hours down to track making and testing rather than actual gameplay. I'll throw him up an assist there. Well, this track's been very enjoyable to me so far. I'm curious to see how it feels when the road comes in. I'm seeing mixed reactions. I've seen people saying they enjoy how difficult the track gets. Do you like when you buy something from brands and they send you free stickers as well? I've now got two Koros stickers, and I've got an Explore Perfection sticker, which is like kind of holographic, shiny. Love that. Oh, so I found out that my watch was not giving me an email notification, it was a text notification from my phone. And I got a spam text, so it should be alright. Also, another, what do you call it? Fun fact that I found earlier is my resting heart rate goes up 20 beats per minute whilst I'm eating food. Clearly my body loves getting into eating some food. Put the watch back on, see if it classes playing MX bikes as a workout. I think it'd be hard for me to actually, like, see it whilst playing, you know? I'd have to, like, fully in the air, just take a hand off, bring it up, and be like, okay, go, go, go. Say, ooh, girl. You shock me like an electric eel. Say, baby girl, boom, boom. You turn me on with your electric feel. Why is bro going to stop as soon as I start watching? I want to see the bike life tech. Oh, he's watching my stream as well. Fuck, get away, get away. Ah! Move away from him. The one man whose bike that I've got in the lobby today. Mr. Rush Chapman. Mr. Chapstick. And the Husky. I'm surprised that... Probably should have changed the colour of the frame, I'll be honest. I'm surprised that we don't get more Husky love since Ken's has been absolutely munching EU 250s on it. Most people still seem to stick with the KTM. Say, ooh. Is Rush black or is that the Shadow? I don't remember Rush being black. Fair enough. I mean, as I've said that, look, like everybody's on a KTM, and then there's two Huskies. Who have we got in this game, then? Who have we got winning? And do we think anybody's up to no good today? Have we got any cheaters that we need to get rid of? Neon's doing... Oh, okay. Neon dropping back down to 250 class for this series. So these 250 boys, because they are not considered the premier class in this series, they will only have one main event. So you get one chance only. It's 15 minutes plus one lap. And then after this we move on to two 450 main events. You got Willie winning. Willie never wins anything. He's always like the fastest man on track, but just never puts a full race together. So Hicklin on the Kaizen machine got an outrageous jump there, but I think he got taken out in the corner. Take back my words. Willie out in front early. Oh, actually, Source is not a man that you want to be out in front. Oh, they've given it to him early on. Pitt doing 250s now. Pitt's been a very interesting 450 this season. Bro's been a loose cannon, to say the least. But Source going to lead us through early on the... I mean, I don't want to slander people's teams too much, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of controversy around people on Evoke right now with the cheating and so on and so forth and using alt accounts. But Source out in front. We have then got Jam in P2. We've got Pitt in P3. Willie in P4. This is all going to bunch up as we go over this wall jump right here. Pitt actually getting the short end of the deal there. We've got more drama. Neon going down. Getting landed on by LH. Bro's going to be in almost dead last. It's going to be cuts coming into play for going around the wall jump as well. We've then got 10 in 22nd. So who's going to lead us over the finish line at the end of lap number 1? It should probably be Source, unless he somehow gets commentator's curse in this last corner. Willie going up the inside of Jam there. Wasn't able to get stopped in time though, with this track being slightly slipperier. The berm's not being quite as big. You do have to slow down a little bit earlier. I almost envy these 250 guys in a way around these tracks just because they have got that little bit extra grip. Willie and Murder going to go past Jam. Jam choosing to hug the inside here. He did this on lap 1 as well. I don't know if it's just a coincidence or if he's got an alternative line through this section. I'm guessing that the 250 boys can't jump all the way out at the end. Or maybe they can't hit the quad in the middle, which is why there's alternative rhythms being searched for. Here we go. Source already starting to pull out a little bit of a gap. 1.5 seconds over Willie. We've then got Murders. Made his way through up a few spots. And Willie's going to go down, just as I mentioned him again. I hope these boys aren't listening to me whilst they're playing. Maybe it just adds a little bit of stress. Aaron on the Ashika bike up and over this wall. We've then got Woodland just inside the top 10. He's in 9th. We've got... I think this is the Brad that was dominating EU outdoors last year. I haven't seen too much of him as of late, so see if he can get his way through the pack here, or maybe if he's just more of a motocross merchant rather than supercross. We shall see. They do exist. You know, people prefer one discipline over the other. We've got such a good three-way battle going on right here for P2. Oh, JP pushing Willie out of the way. There's all three of these trying to fit on the same bit of track. Two of them going for the quad in. JP messes it up. Willie gets it clean. He's going to move back up into that P2 spot. And whilst these guys are having their own little battles, Willie does get the line clean. He goes triple, quad, triple. That's going to give him a couple of extra bike lengths. As I'm saying, as these boys are kind of going at it, Source has already pulled 7.5 seconds of time in 2 laps, which is kind of disgusting. He's just running... Where is he, by the way? Oh, there he is. Thought he went invisible. Hey, he's made a mistake. Never mind. So that 7.5 seconds probably going to be more like 4 seconds by the time they go over the finish line. So we'll give you a full rundown. We've got Source in first, Willie second, JP in third, Pitt up into fourth, Murder in fifth, Aaron in sixth, Jam going down over the wall jump, Talon making some mistakes there as well. Woodland trying to see if he can go up the inside. No, he falls back in line. Smart move there. Didn't quite have the run on Jam. Probably would have gone down trying to attempt to pass there. Oh, I thought Talon was going to land on the back of Woodland there. Waffle Slayer in this race as well. He's making some mistakes through the whoops. We've got Brad, your red plate holder, as he won this championship last season. Mr. Rush Chapman, aka Chapstick. He is in P16 right now. Not ideal. I believe he made some passes on the back end of that lap. We'll see what happens as he goes across the line. Still 16th. I think there's some cuts coming into play here. We've got Neon in 15th. Rush's time's now updated. He's leapfrogged up to P12. Neon probably not having the race he would have wanted so far. He is more commonly known for his 250 riding than his 450 riding, although he's had some good 450 results. He did finish second at the season opener of the Aerial Supercross Championship at Anaheim 1. So he's definitely got the pace there. It's just about trying to put these full motos together. We've got all sorts of carnage happening back here in these rhythms. We've got people, Crasher Hicklin going down there. 10 had an awful start. He's starting to make a couple of passes. Lawson, not ideal so far. We've got Leo back here. And then we've got Rico on the Atlas machine, battling with LH for that final position on the track. Somebody's got to go for it. And listen, they're in the A main. Technically, they are finishing 22nd, and whoever won B main finished 23rd. That's how it is. They're here. They're riding. They're doing it. Willie is starting to close that gap slightly. Willie is closing that gap. How's that been allowed? He's podiumed on a 450. It's not aerial, so you can probably choose whatever class you want to choose. Oh, sorry, I just read the message above. Neon's moving to 250 for East, I believe it's been allowed. I would be very surprised if it's been allowed. There is going to be absolute outrage in Discord by everybody else, because there's been so many complaints from people about aerial locking the regions, or the coast, sorry. The classes, fuck! Fucking shit streamer. Call me Ricky Carmichael. Can't commentate to save my life. Got Source putting the gapper now. I think over the course of this race, there's 9.5 minutes plus 1 lap left to go, especially with this road coming in. I fully see this lead just yo-yoing back and forth, just depending on what lap people make mistakes on. But going back to that Neon situation, if I very much doubt he would be allowed to change to 250 for the coast, purely because of how many people have expressed their disappointment in not being able to switch anyway. So if they was going to allow it for one person, people will be very unhappy. They'll have to allow it for everybody if they do that. We'll see. We'll see. I'm all for stirring up the pot a little bit. If it's allowed, I'll yap in aerial Discord a little bit, try and get everybody riled up just because it's funny. Willie getting into the side of Pit there. No fault of Pit whatsoever. Pit had the outside. Willie just kind of cross-jumped over into him a little bit. And because one man here is from Germany and the other one is from the USA, there will be a big ping difference. So these kind of crashes do happen. But right now, Pit looking like an entire different player when he's on the 250 machine rather than the 450. We'll see if he can put his head down. I mean, Source is only just at the end of these whoops. Excuse me? I think people are just disappearing on my screen. I'm not sure if it's server lag or if there's attacks coming back in again, but both of them disappeared and then reappeared, even when I was like really zoomed into them. Anyway, right, Source still doing us through 5.5 seconds, now up to 6 seconds, so he actually pulled a little bit of time on Pit there. And JP, on the Nova Ashika machine, has silently been moving his way through. So, is this anybody under a different name? Because I know there's a lot of, especially on the US 250 side of things, people change their names a lot. Did he have a former alias prior to this? Because JP is a new name for me. That would make the situation even more, like, sad, in my opinion, is if he's allowed to change just because he missed a main event. The only reason you miss a main event is by not riding well enough to get into the main event. It's not like he had like a family issue or something, so he couldn't go. Like, he was there and just failed to do it. So that would... It's not a good reason to allow one person out of everybody that wants to drop down to drop down. Yeah, very interested on how that goes. Yeah, do we have any JP info here? I feel like one of you guys has got to know if it's somebody that's changed name at some point or if it's just a new person getting fast. Either way, he has taken the lead on track, but does have cuts. Has quite a few cuts as well. I would probably say, looking at that gap, he's probably got about 6 seconds of cuts, I would say. It's been JP for a while. I think it's just my knowledge of the NA scene these days, especially the 250 side. It's not something that I pay much attention to. But whenever I do stay up to watch the NA aerial series, I usually just watch Chase's streams, so I just like predominantly 450 only. But he's leaving an impression on me today. Bro is barking. He's caught up, he's taken the lead, and now he's got to try his very best to try and put a little bit of a gap in, because those 6 seconds or so of cuts, and I can tell you exactly where they're coming from. If he jumps too far on the left here again. Oh, didn't do it that time, he stayed on track, but he's jumped over this a couple times now, and that's 2 seconds per lap from everybody doing that. It's easy to do it by mistake as well. Especially if you're singling out of this turn, like whilst you're trying to turn and brake at the same time, sometimes you can just get a bit too much grip and hook over the bales. So hopefully he doesn't do that too much more on the back end of this race, because I can't think of a more heartbreaking way to lose your main event win than by cuts. Maybe by getting taken out by a lapper on the last lap. Maybe. That's definitely up there. It's not an ideal situation. But we've got 5.5 minutes left. This race is zooming by already. We are 2/3 of the way through. And right now, the top 3 are clear of everybody. I say that as Pit makes a mistake. And then Willie is an additional 15 seconds back behind these guys. Now, I told you, Willie's always got really, really good speed. I don't know what it is when the gate drops. It's just a little bit of inconsistency there. That Jam is still choosing to go inside in this rhythm section. So what's the line here? Inside, step on, step off, triple. I like it. It's a... don't like that. He's going to get a shit run through the whoops now. Brad don't like it anymore either. Brad getting taken out there. Murder's going to try and blitz his way through. Look how much time Jam lost there. Brad choosing to miss out the entirety of the whoop section. So, and he then gets into the back of Jam again. So, and he crashes another time. Brad's lost about 20 seconds in the space of 2 corners, so that's not ideal. Jay Talon having a decent race so far. He's in P9. A little reminder that is different to the Talon that can commentates the aerial series, because I needed reminding of that when that first started happening. I have a feeling Brad might be riding a bit angry now, because I'd be fuming about that sequence of events. We've then got Dylan on the Aether? Pretty sure that's pronounced Aether. That's a new one for me. On the Aether machine, he rounds out your top 10. We've got Waffle Slayer back in 11th. We've got Larson in 12th. We have then got your red plate holder, Mr. Chapstick. He's a minute behind the lead. He's in 13th. Okay, I was going to say, if he'd done that without going over the bows, that would have been sick. So, it looked cool. But a couple of cuts there. Anyway. We'll keep going. Aether is Alex's graphics. Is that Dylan Dillpickle? Is that Dylan Voits? The Belgian? Because he did ask me to download his gear, but it wasn't a drag and drop, so I didn't bother. So I'm guessing Dylan has just not been touching this game whatsoever then, because I'd expect a little bit higher than the P10 that he's currently in. Maybe he likes these tracks. Maybe we'll see him in a couple of extra rounds and he'll improve as the racing goes on. Oh, we've got... Who is that getting sketchy? That name. You guys try and pronounce it. I've got no idea. 3 team names as well. Ban him. Get him gone. 2 name maximum. Right. Let's try and find the leaders. Where's everybody at? Willie's there. Pitt's there. So then the leaders will be up the road this way. Here we go. Right. So we've got... JP has put out a hell of a gap. Holy. Okay, so JP's barking, by the looks of it. Source has missed a sector. So Source has had a lap not count, either that or he somehow got over a minute's worth of cuts since we last saw him. So we'll see what Aiden plans to do there from the admin side of things, if he's going to give him his lap back whenever that happens, and actually give him second. But I can only go based off the timing and scoring that we see right now. So right now, we have JP with a 15-second lead over Pitt, who is in P2, who should be about here. That looks like a much bigger than 15-second gap. He got stuck on the wall by a lapper. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully he's... I mean, Aiden watched this stream back. He'll hopefully understand. Maybe they'll give him the position at the end of it. So this is all non-official results that you're seeing right now. Things could definitely change. But as it runs, JP in first, Pitt in second. Willie is going to be in third. We're not too far behind Pitt. And we've got 2 minutes plus a lap left to go. He could definitely try and catch up there and get it done. And you can see how, like, timid these boys have been in this corner. If I get down to ground level, you see it's not the steepest berm in the world. So when you then add in the slippery traction on top of that, you cannot get the bikes cranked over anywhere near as far as you would on the aerial tracks. Even with how grippy these 250 bikes are. Can't imagine how twitchy the front ends of the 450s are going to be around here. And you heard the back end of Dylan's bike just lighting up as he came out the corner there. And I think he messed up the finish line because of it. Got Larson working his way through as well. I'm guessing, is that a different Larson to usual LR SN Larson? Or is that one and the same person as well? Too many name changes. Never know. So JP's going to go across the line. He should have... I actually don't know what the lap times are around here. Let's have a look. Yeah, he should have 3 laps left to go. So he should hit the finish line again before the last lap flag goes out. So 3 left to go for that man. He's got a very, very commanding 20-second lead right now. I think even if Source gets added back in, I've got no idea what happens in terms of cuts, for example. So I don't know. I'm guessing Aiden just slots him back into that P2 spot. We'll see what happens. Woodland, why do I see a retired word next to your name? Explain yourself. We got 5 people retired from this race, by the way. Neon being one of them. Woodland another. And I've said it before, people will hopefully understand where I'm coming from here. I do think just leaving the race is one of the most annoying things that you could do from other people's perspectives. There's 5 people there that could have raced in the A main event that now didn't have the chance to because people have just left because they'd had enough. Like, it's a maximum of 17 minutes worth of your time to finish this race. Just hang it out until the end. Even if you're in, like, Rush's position right now, where you're a lap down, you're in 13th, he's just riding around. He's just trying to have a good time. Froxy, I think you might have to ditch the KTM life, because you're not doing yourself any favours. I know it's more difficult in your situation as well, where you're so used to the 250 traction from playing on them so much. You're going to be slippery on a 450 anyway. And then when it gets even slipperier, it's harder. But like Aiden just said, there is grip. You just have to find it. And a lot of people aren't used to having to change their lines. So if it means coming into this corner, checking up here, and cutting down, this bit of the whoops has full traction. You haven't always just got to ride all the way around the end of the corner and then sit in the road. You know, there is room. Same with people sliding out here for this double. Just take the berm. There's grip on the berm. This corner as well. People were still trying to get this triple in here whilst it's slick. Just use the berm. There is definitely places to go to find that grip. It kind of iterates the whole theory of go slow to go fast, because whilst you might give up a couple of tenths then like in the corner to check up, you will then gain all that time back by having the grip exiting the corner. And right now as well, I'm guessing this finish line isn't hard to get over, but let's say because of the slipperiness you struggle to go over the finish. Like, look how much grip's on this left side. Like, this has been untouched. You just kind of gotta check up and cut down a little bit. But you can hear that if I sit here, you can probably hear the bike's wheel spinning. So you heard Pit on the limiter there as well. So we are on the last lap, sorry, as I've been waffling here. Where is JP? There he is. So he's only got a couple corners left to go. A very, very dominant ride. I don't know where he was at the end of lap 1, but he seemed to have caught up to the rest of them pretty quickly. Made his way through. He's still hitting all of the rhythms that he needs to hit, even as the track has been eroded here as well. He's put 27 seconds on Pit. And, I mean, Source is a little bit too far back anyway, where even if his lap was counting, it wouldn't show it. But there you go. Your first winner of the year, Mr. JP, gets 250 round number 1 done. We've then got Source, who's probably going to get promoted to P2 once it's all admin at the end of the night, in 2nd place. We then have to go a very, very long way back to, it's now Willie in P3. Oh no, never mind, it's Pit in P3. Working his way through. We then got Willie in P4. Brad, somehow, has made his way all the way up into P5 after all that drama that we saw with him earlier on. Although he does have jam all over his booty cheeks right now. And jam gets into the back of a lapper there, I think, in the form of Mason. Unfortunate. But that's going to give Jay Talon another position. So Jay Talon might have just promoted himself up another spot on this last lap. Leo going to go cross line lap down. Oh, Brad's crashing the last corner. Jay Talon going to go around the outside. Jay Talon gets him on cuts. So that's going to promote Jay Talon up to P4. One of his best results ever, I think. He's probably going to get demoted to 5th once we move Source from his lap down up to here. But overall, pretty good riding. I do need to hop into my server now, though, so I can't sit and watch everybody go across the line. Hello, Lakin. Hope you're all right. What if there was no erode on this track? Race, I think any race with no erode is just shit. It just turns into a hot lap session rather than actually having to adapt to a changing track. That's how I feel anyway. I do not see the 450 main event, Aiden. Unless you took it down and had to put it up again. Unless it's typed wrong. Nope. Ooh, girl. You shot me like an electric eel. Oh, I'm not going to mention names at all, but I have just received a DM by someone saying that they're pretty sure JP is cheating. I love throwing the accusations out there with... I've got no evidence, so I'm just saying what other people have said. It was a very, very dominant victory. And I'll leave it at that. I'll throw the shit out there and see what sticks. My 2 races are starting right now. Just loading up in the server to play some MX Bikes action. Why would Source move up? He got stuck. Because, well, sorry, when somebody said he got stuck, I thought they meant he got hit with a lapper, got stuck for a bit, and then when he rejoined, he missed a timing gate because of it. Or am I wrong? When you say get stuck, did he get stuck for like an entire lap? If he got stuck for an entire lap and he was genuinely a lap down, then nothing will be changed. But if he got stuck because of a lapper which caused his lap not to count, then he would get promoted to where he actually should be. Hopefully that, hopefully I'm making sense. Right, how long are these races? 15 plus 1, right. We can take a bit of fuel out for a 15. Let's try 4.5. He was having zero issues with the hard lines, that's very, very true. Where do you draw the line, though? Like, are you having issues, or could you not be having, like, issues with hard lines because you're good? Or is it not having issues with hard lines because you've given yourself extra grip or horsepower? But it was quite dominant. It was quite dominant. Again, I can't throw accusations out. I haven't got a clue. I've got no facts there. All I'm saying is I just received a DM from someone thinking he is. Bonk. I say, ooh, girl. I don't think my gate's going to be as great as I want it to be here. Because I've got, I only got like 8, was it 8th gate pick, or maybe it's like 10th, or I don't know. It's a gate pick. It's not amazing though. The issue we're going to have here is nobody else would have done any sort of practice starts whatsoever. And everyone's going to be so excited to get into that turn 1. Not only are they going to leave the brakes late, they're going to brake too hard. And because the track is slippery, either they're not going to be able to stop, so they're going to ram everybody, or their front end tucks from braking too hard, and then they slide out and ram everybody. So this first corner is going to be interesting. Very, very interesting. Say, ooh, girl. Is this the same chase that was on a completely different team for Aerial on Friday? Or is there a third chase that's entered the fray now? It wouldn't surprise me if it was the same one on a different team, because after you start taking out your team owner and then chatting shit to him in games, probably not the best look. I imagine people would get booted because of that. Not much room to work with it. Like, let's say you get into it in the corner with somebody here, you just fully yeet this wall. I hope there's not going to be any like weird game crashes or anything because of the collisions. See what ping am I on? 91. It's not terrible. It's all right. Pax's game has crashed. Oh, he's sinking back in. It grabs me like an electric eel. I think we should be starting as soon as Pax is synced in. It looks like everybody else is in. I'm guessing Dad Shoes has changed his name to Lord Moserman, and because of that, I will be taking him out if he's in front of me. Because Jesus is a savage, and so am I. There we go. I think we're good. Yeah, we're ready. We're rocking and rolling for Moto 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on gate 6, I think, which isn't terrible. It all depends on how people to my right start go. Yeah, I'll go for the start anyway. If I get yeeted off the track, then there's no different to any other race, so... Depends how the jump is. Out we get. I got 8th in aerial because we didn't rerun it today. They just took the one moto that we completed and duplicated it. So kind of got fucked a little bit, I'll be honest. But shit happens. Right. Who are we waiting on? Get to the gate. Gamers. Do we reckon we get any red flags? Uh-oh, I went deep. Yeah, my frames are not good. I think it's just this Miami stadium. Alright, Chase and Tyler out in front, two very heavy hitters. Tyler always does well in Aiden's series, don't know what it is, he just loves them. Oh, I was getting into the back of him then. No, I slid. It's alright, we're good. Just going to look behind me, make sure I don't get into anyone. Lord Moserman. Run him high. You do not want to be given Tyler early leads on tracks like this. Oh! Oh, why am I always so sketchy in races? A yellow flag, I don't know. Oh no, no, never mind, it was somebody else. God dang it. Oh, what a bad spawn as well. No, so many positions early on. I went too far inside in the corner before it, trying to mark my line. So I didn't get enough speed to get the triple clean. There we go. It's going to take me a little while to get a flow going. I do think it's quite hard going from commentating for an hour to just hop back into a race. Be fine. Well, hopefully that wasn't too tight for me to get cuts. Tyler and Chase having a good battle right now by the looks of it. Got Reese right on my booty cheeks. So the quad into that rhythm to the left there already getting difficult with the road. Oh, there's carnage. Oh my Jesus Christ. Nice respectful pass there from Camo. I like that. We're actually riding the Husky. Don't see many people on that. I know the Husky's quite slippery anyway. So all the fast boys are starting to work their way through now. I'm a roadblock. Oh, I'm in the wrong fucking gear. I shifted up to 4th. In my 4th slot. My 4th gear is just so long. It's chaos. There's so much happening. Oh my god, people are going down. It's been intense racing though. Don't turn left. Oh! It's 2 laps in a row that I've messed up that tunnel jump. We love a dad shoes taunt. Throw one back. Oh, who's that gone down? Cam. He's going to get some cuts for the whoop section. Tyler and Chase really have not pulled away. I think everybody's making mistakes. I mean, Cam's done exactly the same thing. Right, so I think I need to start going to the outside in that right 90 to be able to get the step on. Or I just go inside and double rather than stepping on. Because she's going away already with the slippery road. It's refreshing seeing the really fast guys like Cam making these mistakes as well. Let's have a little look, make sure, see if Dad's shoes are going for a dive bomb at all, so I'll check up if he is. Told you though, like this, I think this whole racing format does suit different people. Dad Shoes went through the B main. And now he's barking in the A, so it's all about, oh, being a good racer. All kinds of swapping going on through there. Now I'm going to have to double this. Sorry, I got a bit of breathing room to the people behind. Oh, I was actually in front of Cam then on cuts, I didn't realise. Probably shouldn't have been trying to push too much, need to be more aware of what's going on. Really trying to open up that corner as well to hit it in a straight line rather than hitting it side on. Just gonna wait for my bike to straighten up, please and thank you. Yeah, that'll definitely be more consistent. Damn, I lost so much time on that last lap. The front end's tried washing the last 2 corners that I've taken as well. Jake's going pretty fast as well from what I can see. Oh. Yeah, a slippery and steep wall is not the easiest obstacle, straight out of a 90. I don't hate my pace right now. It's a couple of them typical first race mistakes. Just got a flash of the blue flag around him there. I was like, I promise you I'm not a lap down. Just MX Bikes things. Been a lot of yellow flags when there's nobody down. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm catching up with the lead, which is so frustrating. I hate how many mistakes I make early on in these races. Do have dad shoes on cuts right now, so I haven't actually got to make the move. Got 1.5 minutes plus a lap to go. Fuck's sake, I tried braking because he was just stopped in the turn to cut down and my front end knifed on me. Couldn't really do much about that because he knew that he made a mistake, so I think pretty sure he was actually checking up to let me go past. But I had too much speed going into the corner and I couldn't actually slow down in time. You see that the fast lines are there. You do have to search for them. Like the far right in that whoops is nice. You just have to give up a little bit of time in the corner before. Oh, so this is chase only just here as well. Can we get a possible Dad Shoes podium? Only 2 laps left. Fuck. Oh. God damn it. I should be on the fucking podium, but I can't ride. I wanted to cut further to the right there, now Troy's going to get a good drive. Is he going inside or outside here? Outside. Ah, I'm just lighting the back end up now. Damn it, I always have one mistake that just stems into multiple mistakes. I catch up to the lead for like 6 laps in a row and then one mistake and it compiles. Be nice if these two could get into it. Oh, they are getting into it. Oh, how have I overjumped the triple in? I cased it last lap and now I've overjumped it. Get me on cut. Oh, I got Jake on cuts. Alright. Fuck, man. God, look at the time difference. That could have been so easy been a second in that race. What's wrong with me? Why do my thumbs not work? Ah. I'll try and fix up some of the mistakes on the next one. I'm actually such an idiot. That's so frustrating. I'm going to throw it out there. They're like, I could have won that race. Just so many stupid mistakes. And it's like I had the perfect 5 or 6 laps in the middle where I was catching up with the lead so much. And then got into Dad's shoes. Can't moan at Dad's shoes for it. I needed to be more aware of what was going on. And then I kind of got out of a flow and made a bunch more mistakes because of that. Oh, it's so frustrating. No, the tracks are genuinely very, very fun. You gotta be so patient now, though, with how slippery it is to still get the big lines. You can just go in the slippery stuff and hit an alternative rhythm, which I think we might have to do in this next race. Just because everybody's now going to start taking the lines that aren't slippery, and then they will become slippery as well. I might actually just do a quick lap, taking every other line, just to see how she goes. Yeah, you can still do that and then get the quad out there. Whoops are hard. So I've started going outside here before the whoops just to try and get a decent run for them. Oh, hang on. I should have checked up here. Let's try it. What do you do if you double in here? Double... Step over triple? Yep. Felt alright. No, I think the rest is still self-explanatory. Oh, I'm such an L gamer. So many mistakes. Can't believe I've done that. The racing was good, though. I respect Troy for keeping it clean at the end. Rack's upset because he can't fifth gear wide open around the whole track. I had the 14th fastest lap, but was somehow catching the leaders. How does that make any sense? In what universe does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, it wasn't good consistency at all. It was not good. That's outrageous. I think Cam needs to stop trying to jump over the bells. Ooh, girl. I respect your performance even more there, Chase, since you're on the KTM. You got to be sliding around. I felt like, honestly, mid-race, I was in absolute flow state. I need to stop making so many mistakes, or just know when I should check up and go for an alternative rhythm rather than the main one. But it looks like everybody was having issues there. Everyone, because you saw how many mistakes I made? I was only 15 seconds back from the lead. I'm pretty sure it's soil on top and then... well, soft soil on top and then like soil or compact soil underneath. I'm going to experiment here. I'm going to half throttle out the gate. No, I didn't change anything. Typical read activities. And we're fucked. And we're fucked. God damn it. I was literally inside the fucking bales. Right, we got some passes to try and make, gamers. Fucking rest in peace. Oh, I couldn't crash in a worse fucking spot if I tried. How do I get stranded in the fucking valley in between? Ah, oh, now I'm in last. Great. I don't know how I'm meant to, like, know when to expect people just to not hit the main line. Like, he started out wide. I thought he'd have it fine. It's like, if I go in with the intention of checking up every time somebody's in front of me, I'm never gonna make any time or passes up. No, that's not Froxy's fault, by the way. It's my fault. I've landed on him. Like, he can't move out from underneath me. Just did not expect him to not get the line, you know? Okay, Dariel's getting absolutely cunted next time I see him. No need for that. Drawing the shorthand this race. Not good so far. A little brake check as he tries to rejoin. Yeah, no, I'm just wheel spinning off of that table. Yeah, that no forwards drive. I think I'm just going to have to be jumping over it. Why am I in 4th gear? Oh, head's gone. Why was I in 4th? Right. Lot of race still to go. Kind of. A lot of people complain how much I look back, and it's funny that the one time I didn't look back was the time that Dariel took me out in the berm. Whereas if I would have just had a quick look over my shoulder in that moment, I would have seen him dive into the inside and checked up. So I don't want to hear it. Looking here to make sure I don't get landed on, we're good. Yeah, getting over to this right side of the loop seems to be so much more beneficial. You know why these kind of races hit even worse is when you know that you're fast enough to be up there. Oh. Your boy's sliding. Right, just under 9 minutes. Let's try and lock in. Starting now. I'm getting fucking triggered by these gaps in between. I can't get going again. These gaps in between the tables and the rhythms are fucking me. Ooh. We might have a P5, P18 situation on our hands. Well, at least I'm racing against Wheels and Reese. It's like 2020 all over again. I'm going to get 2 seconds of cuts though, because I went over them bells. Didn't mean to. Cording in's still very easy, that's the annoying thing. The only reason that made it difficult was because I got people in front of me, so I'm trying to cut left or right harder to not land on their heads, and that's where the issue came from. Well, like when you're by yourself on the track and you have the room to move around, like, the quad's still easy. The reason I went off the right-hand side of the track last lap was because Pax was there, and I didn't want a repeat of me landing on Froxy, so I tried going slightly further to the right, and I crashed because of it. I'm in the same situation right now that I was in at... There's no blue badge on the floor there. Austin, go. I'm in the same situation right now that I was in at Aerial Round 2, where I'm just kind of stuck around people that are just slightly slower, but then we kind of all keep making mistakes around each other and you can't really progress forwards. It's so hard to kind of break out from that group of riders. I think Pax is my bad luck charm this race. Every time I get near him, I go down. We'll see if it happens again. Jesus Christ, the race is already over. Thought I still had more time. I didn't get the last lap flag though. I've got it now, like I'm after the finish, so maybe there is one more to go. Probably gonna get lapped anytime soon. Yeah, this is one of them races that you want to forget about. So frustrating, just caught up around so many people that I don't want to be near. And the bad start didn't help, but I'm not sure what else I can do different on the start. I just didn't get a good drive. I was sat down, went all the way back, half throttle. And I was still schladding. From like a racing perspective, like passes wise, the only, I guess, two things that would piss me off from a racing perspective is being put over a berm and being cross jumped. Other than that, I feel like it's all fair game. Like block passing and stuff's all good. The only reason I started racing Steiner a bit aggressively was because I felt like, well, it's probably looked different on his screen. When we went over that wall jump, I just randomly got yeeted off the left-hand side of the track. And I was like, I can't go any further left than I am. I don't know where I'm meant to go. Yeah, finishing a bit of no man's land there. So good pace, bad races for me today. I have to go back to the drawing board like I did in 2023 and just find some unknown start tech. Try and get off to good starts all the time. Oh, not good. What was that, a 5th and a 10th? So not a great overall at all there, unfortunately. Anybody wants to try the track with us around? Enjoying. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Oh, that's cool then. So if anybody wants to try this and feel how slippery the track is now, Aiden is now about to open this server up so anybody can join it without having to be signed up for the race. So the track's not going to reset the road, but you get to see how it feels. Oh, it does get heated and intense sometimes. It is fun being aggressive. But then at the same time, I don't go into the corners with the intention of putting people over the corners. So I was next to Reed at the end of this rhythm section, or maybe it was, oh no, it was after the whoops maybe. But if I wanted to, I could just like stop up here and move him off the track. But I come in a way to mark the inside and slow him down. You'll see I'll usually stop like here. So he's still got that room to the right of me, and then I'll carry on this way. So I don't go in with the intention of punting people over berms. I think that's where you draw a line for aggressive riding. So there's aggressive, and then there's dirty. The issue you also have, though, is we all have like crazy different varying pings to each other. So what I see on my screen is not what somebody else will see on their screen. So somebody might try and make a slower block pass on me, maybe they're from America, but because of the ping difference, I might get hit off the track because of it. So you also need to give a little bit of leeway. But then also... What the fuck's Cam saying thanks Linz for? I didn't see him the entire race. Oh. You're saying it in a good way, Cam, not the bad way. So I guess you were jumping over them bales each lap and you didn't know it was giving you cuts. Gotcha. I thought those two words right there straight away went, oh, I've cleaned Cam out as a lapper with no idea. Right. But you can tell this kind of racing isn't for everybody. So like Rex, for example, he'll go and win an aerial race because it's like really fast pace. But something like this, where it's slower and technical, he just gets bored. So it looks like he's riding around, cutting the track everywhere, just to try and have fun. So it's just two different mentalities with it. What are the odds on the aerial servers not getting taken down? I reckon it's a good 80% DDoSed versus 20% non-DDoSed. And I know with Rax is like, I know he's in my chat, and this can be like an insult if he wants it to be. Rax is so like TikTok brained. When he joined me before and we was doing a Krakenberg run, he got like 20 minutes into a Krakenberg run and was like, yeah, I'm bored, I'm going. So like Rax needs to be going fast everywhere to have fun. So the annoying thing about that whole thing is, although me and Steiner were like being pretty damn aggressive to each other, and then with Reed afterwards as well, it's actually like really fun and enjoyable having them little like block passes and cutting inside and outside battles. I would just rather be doing that for a podium rather than sitting back in 10th because I had the worst 2 laps known to mankind and was getting fucked by everybody. So there's pros and cons to it. I've been running the 120 tyre all season. I've not touched the 110 since like Blockout Supercross came out. So the 120 it definitely does help. But at the same time, that double that you're on about, Jake, which I'm guessing is the one before the Soupy triple here, I don't think I went inside in this corner once in the whole Moto 2. I just used, you know, the actual grippy bit of the outside 90. Same with here. I used the outside and then went on off. I didn't go inside before the whoops once in the second race. I went outside every time to get a good drive and slingshot. So there's ways around the track. But that's the reason I'm not riding the KTM in this series, because I'm just searching for as much traction as possible. It's pretty much a Yamaha and a Fantic duel for that. Or you could go down the Boardman route and ride the Gas, because the Gas has really, really good grip as well. There's different options. And at least around this track, I don't feel like there's any one jump on this track, even like quad outs like this, where you need the power of the Yami or the Fantic. So like a Gas can be a good option, but for the extra grip to get around. I am actually glad that EU's not redoing it. Whilst I got shafted and I'm going to get 8th for the event, I also was out from 3 AM until 1 AM all day yesterday, so I wouldn't have been able to play it. I've slept almost all day today to make up for that, so I probably would have had a really bad time anyway. So it's kind of like a net positive. I feel like out of all the 450 bikes right now, the Husky might be the slipperiest one. So yeah, Husky 450 I would not recommend around these tracks at all. So I'm not a fan, Rufio, of changing settings per track. I would much rather rely, because I still am pretty good at it, at least I think anyway, still think I'm pretty good at modulating the throttle. So I'm happy just to try and be a bit more gentle with it. That's the night done, gamers. We're all finished now. So it was up until the first corner of Moto 2, I had a very fun time today. But it was good. Again, I like the format that we have here where everybody gets a chance to race. My Moto 2 did not go as planned at all, but pace-wise, still feel pretty damn good. And I felt alright pace-wise as well the last 2 aerial rounds. I just haven't had the most amazing results in the end. So mate, we'll see if we can iron that out as the year goes on. But I mean, at the end of that, it's not the end of the world, because there will be a round that I miss of this series. There will be a round that I miss. Well, actually, if there's more than 4 races, if there'll be a round of aerial supercross that I miss, depending on when GP starts, there might be a round of GPs that I miss, just because I'm going to be away for a week, possibly 2 weeks, at the end of this month / start of next month. I haven't got exact dates yet. So I can only try and enjoy each race as it comes. I'm not in any sort of championship contentions at all. It's just nice to place well, you know. Yeah, good stuff. I've got nothing else to give you for tonight, gamers. It's only 10 PM. This series actually finished quite quick. It's usually a little bit later than this. So I might watch a bit of TV with Linda, and then probably go to the gym early hours of the morning again. Try and get back into that, since it's been 3 days since I last went. So thank you as always, everybody, for watching. Always very much appreciated. Best of luck to the people in NA trying to get their Houston race done tonight. I'll cross my fingers and my toes for you if it doesn't get DDoSed. I'll probably chill out and Chase's stream for a bit. We'll see how it goes. A little update. Since I did receive a DM after that 250 moto saying someone's pretty sure JP's cheating. I don't know how much grip them 250s have compared to the 4s, but he was getting all of the normal 450 lines perfect on a 250. So just to throw some more stuff out there. And got people saying like he was running 106s at the very end of the 250 race, which should be impossible. So I'll let you guys decide.